A bank it was a drive-through bank. It had cameras all around it. I've taken pictures of them. And it's in direct line from where these supposed things was found. Now, why would the cops not get that? Does that make sense to you?
Correct. Why would they not want that footage?
No, they might not want it if they knew that. They didn't want to know exactly who put those things there, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So the question is, did they get it? Did they hide it? The guy in Colorado
None of this makes sense. None of it makes sense.
They would rather act like a bunch of Keystone cops than admit that they didn't do it. It's called tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. And eyewitness testimony, which is that little boy, that's the number one cause of wrongful conviction. I think even maybe reasonable doubt said that 6-year-old kids were not good witnesses.
I'm wondering if you can. So this is the thing, and this is just something that I'm questioning. If TikTok come together, and
Yes.
TikTok came together for a free Kara Garvin fund,
Yes.
for legal fees, could you not hire your own independent FBI agents?
Yes, I could.
Can I ask this?
I didn't have the money.
Sorry, go ahead.
And because it's expensive. There's another case that's like this. If you've not heard the Micah Miller case,
Oh, yes, I
thousands
have.
of dollars.
Yes, I've heard.
And I'm just thinking that if the mom of this young lady here and we as a TikTok community come together to help this mom fight for justice, I don't give a damn if we have to protest. We will do it. But I'm thinking in my mind, as a community of people, if her mother could set up a direct fund that it goes to her mom directly, nobody else, no third party, her mom directly. If her mother could come together with a free Kara Garvin fund, people could donate to that fund for the legal fees for her to hire FBI agents to come in and reevaluate this case.
Let's do it.
I have never, ever asked anybody for anything or for any help.
But you're not asking, we're offering.
Asking.
We're offering help to you, ma'am. You've spent thousands of dollars trying to get the justice that your daughter deserves. And for the crookedness that's going on, I'm damn sure willing to do what I can do to make sure that we get that woman free, because I'm sure that's all you want at the end of the day.
It is. I
It's to
just
hug
don't
your
want to
daughter.
die and her be in prison. I'm 72.
You've done your part. Let us do our part to help you.
Can I ask you, did it says that Kara knew this family, like they knew each other.
She did.
She went there regularly.
She did.
So how would it be that this child, Anthony, did not know her personally by looking at her had she been at this home regularly, which is where Anthony was at quite often, or probably lived?
Right. Well, okay. She did go there. She did go there often until she met Paul, and then Paul did the dirty work. Okay, but he says he saw her at a hog roast or something to that effect, which is possibly true. But you got to understand too, she's not the only woman, little and black-headed or blonde or any other color hair, that didn't regularly frequent that house.
Right. Well,
Constantly.
it was made to sound like they were somewhat friendly in the past, and
Not her and the child.
no, her and the grandparents.
Oh yes, she.
But what
knew-
I'm saying
she
is,
knew
if
Ed
that
very well.
child was at the grandparents
Yes.
quite often, which sounds like he was,
Yes.
how could he not know her if she visited the grandparents often?
I see what you're saying, because on the 911 call, and he says this girl did this. And they said, I think maybe they asked him, and he said, I do not know her name.
Yeah, I don't really understand that part. And it never actually specifies that her phone was pinged
It
at
wasn't.
residence.
It wasn't.
It was pinged in the area,
No.
in the town,
Yeah, in the
but
town.
not in the area of this home.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I just wanted to clarify that I was understanding that.
Right. Yes. She knew Ed well. Yes. He had been
And how
sympathetic.
is it that Jalen doesn't know Kara?
I
They've never had contact?
never had contact. That Kara says that she knew Ed, but she didn't really know Juanita that well or Christina. Now they were younger than her a little bit, and I don't know if they ever went to school. I really don't. And I think that Ed and Juanita had been split up, or maybe they were actually divorced. I can't remember now, but there was something, and so it could be that stuff.
But did
Okay.
he live with the parents at the time? Jalen?
No, no, only Christina lived with the parents.
So and why was the boy not questioned on who brought him there and approximately what time was he arriving there that day?
They didn't ask that kid anything like that.
Exactly.
See, and this is what, and it infuriates me because this woman just stated she is 70 something years old. There's nothing more than she wants to be able to hug her daughter again, who is sitting in prison now for 16 years. 16 years. All because she dyed her hair.
Right. Because she was with that man. That man, I mean, that's not the only person he got rid of. Okay?
Correct. Right.
You know that boy Dustin that was in that movie, in that show? His mom had lived with him and a common law wife, but although common law is not recognized in Ohio, but we'll call her a common law wife. And so Dustin knew how miserable and mean that Paul was, and but it was his mother that they said
Unalived.
unalived herself. It didn't matter that she told that lie, except that if you lie about one thing, you lie about everything.
Well, yeah, but
according
we
to
know for
anybody.
sure she did not die until after 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, we can prove that by the subway. She said, I
Correct.
didn't know what it was about my hair, but so I didn't tell, I know what the thing was about her hair, because why would you say that you dyed it earlier that day?
Yeah, because that would have proved her
Or
guilty.
that would have
Duh.
definitely pointed at you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep, I
So-
got you.
So yeah, they knew that
If you
she.
get a chance to upload that, that would be great, so I can listen through that and pick that apart too.
I'll try. It's got her her cousin in there, and she's crying, and it's hard for me to watch. So I'll try to put it on there, and she's begging him to tell Paul what's going on, and my nephew keeps saying, "I can't do that. I can't do that."
Right.
But he needs to know. She was totally in the dark.
Oblivious to what was going on
She
around
had
her.
no clue what was going on. Whenever my nephew called her and said, "Kara, I'm coming to get you. I got it. You know, they want you at the sheriff's department." Kara said, "I thought one, you know, they know about me being an addict. It's over with, and that's okay because then I'll get clean or whatever."
Right.
Or, you know, and she said, or they found those items that was stolen, and you know, whatever. But she had no clue it was about this, and he didn't tell her till he got in the parking lot.
See, and this right here disturbs me so bad. Instead of people giving money to people like Jalen on TikTok, we need to join forces to help this mother hire other agencies from out of state to come in.
Somebody needs to help, and I don't know. And I mean, and it's maybe someone in the TikTok community. I've never even done this before. That could even like guide us and direct us in the right way, in the
Because
right
the
direction.
same thing is happening with the Micah Miller case. They
Yeah.
hired their own detectives to come in from another state to view.
They did.
Yes.
I looked at a couple of those things about her. It's a real hard thing to watch. You know, I mean, that breaks my heart for the family.
And
Yeah,
it
so
breaks
if
my
you
heart to hear you crying. I know that we have spoken off this app many times, and my heart breaks for you, Miss Audrey. And
we stand with her.
knowing that you've done this all on your own for this many years, and you haven't reached out for help financially, you haven't asked anybody for anything, you have been dedicated like any mother would be. And I commend you for that. I wanted to let you know that.
Absolutely. And our prayers are
Yeah.
going to be with you.
I
You
thank
know.
you all. It means a lot to me that you ask and that I'm able to tell someone. Um, you know, my family, I was a one out of 12, and we're 3 left, and they're all been very supportive of Kara, and they love her, and they know that she didn't do this. A lot of her friends, but you know, nobody's got a lot of money here. I mean, and I couldn't imagine how much it would even cost. And you need a good one. You know what I'm saying? You need someone who believes in her and cares about it, and wants to do the right thing.
You know what? We're not going to stop until we do get somebody to listen.
We're here. We're starting the ball rolling today.
Today, the ball
We're
starts. That we take a stand and we come together as a community of people who genuinely care. People on this app, what I am against is people throwing their money to scammers like Jay Lynn. Many other people throw their money to scammers, but somebody who has fought this for 16 years, thousands of dollars, who has never asked for help, the least we can do is come on here and share a fund out to free Kara Garvin and stand together as a community of people to say, you know what, you might silence mama, you might silence a bunch of people, but you're not going to silence us.
And I just want to say too, if I think the first step would be to make sure that Miss Audrey has a some type of way to receive funds so that it could go directly to her versus through anyone else or through TikTok.
She could set up a GoFundMe. I know it's
However she wants to do it, Cash App, GoFundMe, PayPal, whatever. Just it needs to be something that goes directly to her.
Because a lot of that, yes, I would rather it go directly. She can set up what you call a free Kara Garvin fund.
I can do that with the bank. I have the Cash App. That's how you anymore. Everybody's got a Cash App for something, and
You choose how you want to do it, and you just let I guess Truth About You know, because you have contact with her,
Yeah.
and then she can let us know, and we can go from there. But it just needs to be something that goes directly
Directly to
straight
Mama.
to.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I would rather, because I know that I would feel comfortable with it going directly to Mama. And I've watched this happen with the Micah Miller case. They had to set up a GoFundMe, a Cash App, and a PayPal because at certain limits it freezes a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
I
Dora. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Cash App, and
Go ahead.
Venmo, and PayPal. I do have those, but I can make an account at a bank just for that. And if we do this, I want to be able to um, keep a record of who gives what, and just in case.
Well, you should be able to if it goes through, like if you put it through a Cash App and then transfer it to your bank account, whatever bank account you have set up, you'll
Yes.
have documentation of who's sending it to you.
Yes, and I would
through
put
your
the
Cash
link.
App.
So what I would do is I would go on your website, and they have this thing called Linktree.
Yeah.
You'll use Linktree, put your Cash App in one, put your PayPal in another, put your Venmo in another slot, and then set up a GoFundMe portion for and title it Free Cara Garvin, and
Okay.
that make that the Free Cara Garvin Fund. And sure you got the links in it because we can all put those links in our bio on here.
Those GoFundMe, is that like through Facebook?
No, it's a separate site itself.
It is? Okay.
And I think that with
Your
that
Truth
being
About
said,
You would be willing to help you with that stuff, so that and y'all figure it out how y'all should do it.
Okay.
I want to also throw in there that it's off topic, but I also made Miss Audrey a shirt. And it did not have fart spray on it. I want to put that out there.
That's a good
They
thing.
smell quite good, actually.
All right, I'll quit.
and we
best
stand
shirt
behind
ever.
this. We stand behind. I speak on this a lot because I'm a part of the anti-scam community, right? I speak on these scammers like Jay Lynn and so many other these people that take advantage of people. But you've got a hurting mother. How would you feel as a mama with your child sitting in prison, wrongfully convicted of a crime for 16 years, and you feel hopeless? Hopeless.
You do. And the longer it
With
goes,
no help from anybody.
But I will tell you that shirt did make Miss Audrey laugh for a very long time.
Nothing like a
I
good
just want to
laugh.
set up here just a minute. I'm part of the true crime community. And I don't know if y'all know who Casey is. Casey's so-called Mess. She lives in Myrtle Beach, but she's in contact with Micah's family. Like, her dad comes on the panel every night with us. But the PI, Eric, that is working directly with the family for free, I have contact with him, so I'm gonna contact him to see if he will help in this case, because I don't think you'll have an issue.
Thank you, Cooking Up
It's what
Proud.
he
I really
does.
appreciate you.
And Miss Garvin, I'm so sorry. I went down this rabbit hole 2 nights ago when I came across Miss Lena's live, and I have been scammed by the person up in the left. And I didn't know about all of this, but I do have one question for you.
yes.
When your daughter was taken in, did she have a band-aid on her neck?
No, she did not.
That little boy states
I know.
that the lady had, it looked like a band-aid on her neck. If you go back to that year, the person in the left's hair was cut in a bob, and she has a small little tattoo on the left side of her neck.
Who is that?
The person in Truth About You's photo.
Post.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
That stuck out to me. He said the woman had a band-aid on her neck.
Yes. He did. Yeah, he did. He said there was a bandage on there.
Sure did.
I went down that hole the last 48 hours, and my heart
was a
hurts
good
for
one. That
you
was a good
because she
find,
is
girl.
innocent.
That was a good
Yeah,
find.
she is innocent, and I'm telling you, I dig and dig in all these cases. I mean, I'm talking about. I'll bring up the Route 91 Harvest Fest real quick. That was our government, and I have all the facts and the proof. Like, I dig and I dig. And when I have dug in this case and dug in this case, I have pulled pictures of this young lady up here in Truth's little box.
Yes.
It fits the description identical.
Mm.
I've been saying the
I
same
mean,
thing
there's
for
some
years.
pictures you can pull up of this girl, you would never even know it was her.
Mm-hmm.
I had one in 2009 or whatever. I found on her Facebook, and it was her and this Borders man, and he had white powder on his nose. And I thought, why would you do a profile picture with the evidence on your face?
Right. Well, I mean, it's like she sits on live now and nods out, says
Oh, I
she's
know.
tired. Well, there's a difference in tired and nodding.
Well,
Come on.
I saw a video of her snorting. I mean, I know what that sounds like. I mean, I'm
Everybody
not,
can hear you go to the side, and everybody can see your head go down.
I think that was the video. I live streamed that and I recorded it and I posted it because she tried saying she had blew her nose, and I don't know where everybody else lives, but from where I'm from on Earth, we blow outward, not inwards, and then we don't grab the Kleenex after, dab our nose, and then wipe our face with it.
No,
We don't do that.
No.
no.
Has anybody else noticed in Jalen's live that her left nostril, she seems to have a deviated septum? Did you see that?
Yes, I've noticed that from the get-go. That's why our nose runs constantly.
Yep, I noticed it right away.
Yeah.
I just
wanted to say that I'm going to contact him, and I don't think he will have any issue whatsoever because this is what he does. That's why he's on TikTok, and he does it for free. And when I tell you he has got the family so much on with Micah already, that is what got the FBI to investigate her murder and also the money, and not just the money.
Yep.
I don't know how anybody can afford to do that without taking money.
Because people
Will
have
not
help.
take a dime.
because people care.
Yep. People care, and I'm going to tell you, Miss Audrey, us as a community of people, it one sometimes can't make a change, but there's 368 people in this room. We can make a change.
You're right. You're right.
If we stand together and help one another and come together as one community, I don't care if we have to do a meet and greet and stand outside of that courthouse protesting, we will.
You're damn right we will.
And literally, we have been
Celebrate when
on
she
here
walks out
all
that door.
day going over this, all and just uncovering and going down rabbit holes, and we said enough is enough. We've got to do something.
Absolutely,
time.
because you've got a mother that's grieving. You have a mother who worries every day that she will never get to hold her child again because she's behind bars already for 16 years.
Her voice makes me cry. It's so sweet
Shame
and
on that
tender,
TV
and
show.
to know she's
Shame
going
on
through that.
TV show. I think the TV show has a big part in doing this too, and shame on them. I want to publicly call them out for
Yep.
treating them
Yeah, I
treating you like that. And I am so sorry, Miss Audrey, that they did that to you. And my heart breaks when I hear it because they took advantage of you and used your life for a TV damn show.
Yeah, for ratings.
Exactly.
I said that they. Yeah, that is a horrible show. Someone said it wasn't.
Did they ask your consent?
Of course they did, but they lie to you and tell you they believe in you
Right.
and that they're going to help you. and they're gonna help her get out. And what I mean, that's how they rope you in, and they lie. If I
Wonder if you could sue them.
I wish we had a see, I'm not the only person they did this to. They've destroyed people's lives and hopes. Um, because we had a group of people that were pretty much scammed by them. I mean, that's what it is. It's just for ratings. I said it was a Jerry Springer of the crime community, media. But I'm not the only person they've done this to. And in Ohio, they've done it to a guy named David Thorne. Cliff Middleton. He's the sweetest man I've ever met, and they're from like Kansas. Is it Kansas City, Missouri / Kansas City, Kansas, or something? One of those. His father is in prison for unaliving his wife. That evidently she was holding it and answered the telephone, and she dropped it and it went off or whatever. And this man has even been exonerated by one of the courts, but another court won't let him because something about a jurisdiction kind of question. But they did a show on him, and they ended it in two different ways. The first one is that they ended it that he was probably guilty, but he was an old man, so he should be let out. And another one was that he wasn't guilty, and they ended up showing that ending, but they said that they'd get him help. Well, they didn't hire anybody. They talked to a law group that allowed him to that said that they would do it pro bono for reasonable doubt, and it turned out to be like a group of family attorneys. They didn't do crime, and so it really wasn't any help. So they don't help anybody.
I want
Yeah,
to
that
touch on
episode was awful.
I want to touch on something. A lot of people in the comments are asking for Kara's information to write to show her support. I don't know how Miss Audrey is going to feel about that because there's good people and there's bad people, and what Kara can't afford is negative mail.
Facts.
Well, they have this process now that you can't like even directly mail her. You have to mail it to an address in Youngstown, Ohio, and they scan it, and they read it, and someone said that they were even going to censor it, but I mean, I don't know. There is, I email her, I message her. That's how we talk to each other, and I mean, I don't care. I'll talk to her. I'll ask her how she feels about it, but she does need people to send her a little note of encouragement to stay strong, and that there's other people that believe in her. I believe that would help her morale a lot.
Well, can you let her know that there's a group of people now that are going to fight for her and believe in her and believe in you and your other daughter? And we're here today to say that we stand behind you and your family, and we care about her, and a group of us behind her willing to fight for her freedom. If you could let her know that.
Oh, I will today. I will message her today. And she hasn't called me today, so that would, yeah.
We are here and we will stand firm on free Kara Garvin. And guys, like she said, give her some time. We're going to try to work on getting a free Kara Garvin fund up so that we can donate directly to mom and the family to help her fight legal fees of hiring other FBI agents to come in and take the DNA, because they still have that DNA in the system.
Yeah, they do. And I had actually, I think I told Truth about there was a girl, a family that and she does have black hair, by the way. And she knew everybody in this particular situation, and she's very very vocal about um, my daughter being guilty, but that that DNA that we don't know whose it is. So I have hers. You don't know if you know of Melinda Elkins. Look it up sometime. Melinda went and her mother was unalived by a person, and they blamed her husband, and she knew her husband didn't do it because he was home. And he spent almost 7 years in prison. And she herself, she was a lot younger than me, of course, found the real person, and by DNA on a cigarette butt. So it's done, and she told me how to store it, which I did. But we'll see. Well, I think let's find the DNA. Let's discover whose DNA is
Let's
on
find
there.
the DNA, and you know what? We will stand behind hashtag no justice, no peace.
Yeah.
TikTok does not need to let this rest. TikTok does not need to sit back and let it rest anymore. It's rested long enough. It's been 2008. We are in 2024. We can make a change.
And if we protest, we will.
Yes,
Someone
we
has
will.
asked about a change in venue. Miss Audrey's tried to get it changed to a different county, different state. She's tried all of that.
Yeah, we tried that initially. Her case was the number one most published in the newspapers in our county and the neighboring county.
And we can stand together to help this mother bring in other forces from other states, neighboring states such as Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
She could bring in people from here, or the centers, or these big firms. I don't care who we got to share it out to. Let's get it to Nancy Grace. Let's start on it. Let's get it all over.
Let's not
just
talk
shared
to
it,
Grace. She'll convict her for sure.
Gosh,
I had a question
bombshell
about
tonight.
I had a question about the little sound snippet on the website with the one cop.
Yes.
He kept like trying to pressure her into, oh no, it was Hamilton or whatever the guy's name was.
Yeah.
What is the connection there?
He was a good friend
Mm.
of Paul's. He will say it was because Paul's father was a pastor, a minister. And he'll say that he was good friends with Paul because he went to Paul's dad's church. That's not true. He was a good friend of Paul's because now he himself was not an addict, but if you would do some investigation or just search into Scioto County, you will see that we had an attorney and a judge who was involved in that word I can't say, and trafficking.
Good old boy systems. Gotta love it.
Yeah, and I believe that nephew, that was his nephew. And I believe that, he and Paul were good friends, and I believe that one would supply the other, and I don't believe that, like I said, I don't believe the detective used it himself. I believe he got that for the judge, for his girlfriend, and his nephew.
Yeah, because it was just it made my skin crawl. Like it made me nauseated to see how he was like, because she kept saying no, wasn't him, no, wasn't him, and he just kept insisting. And anybody that listens to that and doesn't see the crooked.
Exactly. I have law enforcement in my family, and the one they listened to that and they laughed and they said, "How obvious is this?" Let me tell you that he even got my nephew was a highway patrolman at the time, and and that detective went to his superior because when my nephew made a traffic stop, that person told him things about that particular detective and what he was involved in. And, my nephew reported it. So he gets in there and he tells my nephew's superior that my nephew was just doing that, to despair his name because of my daughter, and that was not true. I mean, it's something everybody knew. It's just kind of like the judge. We all knew they wouldn't do nothing about it.
That's why this case does not need to stand locally anymore. We need
No.
to get higher. We need to take
And
it
I
to
want
the
to say
FBI.
too, it was noted that Anthony, when he was, when Anthony was spoke to in one of the interviews, Anthony had on a jacket.
Yes.
So he's at the neighbor's house that he ran to, and he has on a jacket.
They all had coats on, all of them.
In
You
the
took
house?
the time to put a jacket on, but
They all
still
had
seen the
coats on.
vehicle.
They all had coats on in that house. Every one of them.
When it happened.
When it happened.
Right after it happened. Well, it was at, let me see.
But I'm saying she's saying when the assassination occurred, all the victims had coats on too.
Yes.
Almost like,
Yes.
see, and that makes me believe that whoever it was, like they might have been outside chilling, shooting the shit, and like came back in the house, and then it happened.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, it was cold that day. It's 16, 17 degrees. That evening, but
How
yeah,
far out of town are they?
pardon?
How far out of town are they?
Oh, well, it depends on what you call a town too.
I mean,
Um,
how far are they from like the EMS?
oh, you know what? I in my notes I have actually driven it.
Okay.
About 10 minutes.
Somebody said 3 miles in the chat.
Because
miles.
this all occurred around 6:30.
It was
right?
more like 6:15.
Okay,
And-
and EMS had not arrived yet at 6:50.
No, and neither had, and the cops
So that's-
didn't get there.
Think about that.
Yeah, the cops didn't
I
get
feel
there.
like
That's the other
the-
thing. I didn't even tell you about this one. During the trial, he tells the detective, hands in his report or something, and he says that he was there and that he went into the residence. And you know that they keep a record of who goes in and comes out and the time that they go in and come out. And his name is not on it.
Which
And he
detective
lived-
was that?
The detective Triggs.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't
says-
show he even went into the home.
No, it doesn't. And he only lived a couple miles from the place.
Wow.
And yet
That's
he didn't
insane.
show up. He was like one of the last ones to show up.
Yeah, it says David Hall made a call at 6:36 to the sheriff's office and asked April Pearson to contact Triggs, Blaine, and Spencer to assist.
Boy, you're good.
We got it, girl. We got you.
Yeah.
We went down this
Crime,
rabbit
I
hole
was going
so
to tell
much.
you, Cooking Up Crime, you said that, I forget who it was, it's in Myrtle Beach.
That's
yeah.
Michael. Yeah.
I'm not far from Myrtle Beach. Whoever it is that's in the Myrtle Beach area, that like if they get involved with this, let me know who that was, because like I'm not far from Myrtle Beach at all.
So, have
I'm
you
willing
ever
to
seen Casey so-called mess on here? I actually invited her to the live. But Eric is a PI, and he has taken on. He's working with Micah's family now. There is a PI that's working with another creator. It's my opinion, and it will be their opinion too, to leave that PI alone. He's going to ask you and tell you he'll do it for free. It's your choice. But
That's
this
the one
guy's
that was
name
involved.
is Eric.
That's the one that was involved from the beginning with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking
So
about.
this is Eric Ortwin. That's his name, Eric Ortwin. And he is actually with the family. The family hired him for free. And this is what he does. And he does stuff for free. He will not take $1. I mean, we have offered, everybody has offered, and he will not.
I'm not
And
far
he
from
has
Myrtle
got the
Beach.
family so much more than the he is the reason why the FBI is now investigating her murder and the money. They were just investigating the money,
Audrey, can you
but
tell
what
me who
he
Timothy
submitted.
Borders is?
Hold on one second,
Um,
Dora.
Timothy Borders is was with um, uh, he might be the father of the twins.
Okay.
But there was yeah, I think that I know she was in a relationship with him about that time in 2008,
Okay.
2009. And so he might be the twins' father, biological father, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I just
Anthony's
wanted to say
father is
real quick.
different. His
Dora,
father.
I'm the one that said your name. Scroll up to get a loose instead of life. They're giving information here and there, but I asked them to get in the box. They said that they would rather not get involved because they know too much.
What is this?
What?
Yeah, they said earlier that they knew like a lot of these people involved personally. That was earlier.
Yeah, they said I know too much, so I'm not getting involved. I've seen that too.
Hold
Right.
on a minute. Get a life. Can you privately DM one of us?
Yeah, you can reach out to any of us. Just, yeah. Most
Also,
My husband said no, he don't want involved. I don't know what that means. Can you get in the box and just explain, and then
I'll
you can
jump down
talk?
if you want me to.
So Kara's mom, do
Yeah.
you maybe know this person? They said they know way too much. Okay, well, nobody's gonna say your name if you privately DM one of us. We're accepting to open up a message from you if you want to discuss it privately. We're happy to do that and get it over to Kara's mom. Um,
You shouldn't have said nothing if you didn't want to
Right.
build.
Exactly.
right,
was
because
it you that said earlier that like you knew like most of the people involved in this? Was that you that said that?
I said I knew, yeah, a lot of the people. I've lived in this community my entire life.
No, but Get Aloof. I think Get Aloof said earlier, like when they came in,
Get a loop.
they knew everybody.
Message Dora or
They
truth
said that.
about you.
Get aloof. Is that yeah to message me, or yeah you want to get in the box and just state your piece and drop?
she's meaning she wants to privately DM.
That's fine.
You
Any
know,
of us.
I've had many people come and, well, I won't say many, but I've had quite a few that has tried to get on Kara's Facebook and say, oh, I know she did it. She's this and that and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, tell me what you know. Were you there?
If this is something that can help Kara's mom, I don't care who it is. You can privately DM and we will get it to Kara's mom.
Yeah, do it on the back
Yeah.
end. Nobody has to know about it.
Yeah, I don't know how you can sleep at night if you don't do it, if it can help.
Get
Like,
aloof.
If
Don't
this is
forget.
something that can help us go against this fight and help Kara's mom free her daughter, any information is extremely helpful.
Get
I
I
have a
aloof.
think
You
I
question
think
had.
we
about
also
that.
got to remember
Hold
too.
on.
Some people get scared based off of the possibility of people coming at them and possibly figuring out who they are. So
We will not
That's why I
let your
said
name be
do it.
known.
yeah.
Do it
So
on the
if you
back
do
end.
it privately, you'll be better off.
Get
Yep.
aloof.
Nobody.
You had requested to follow me, and I accepted it, and I requested you back, so you have to accept me to message me.
Yes, and nobody here is gonna
get a loop,
step on
please,
for it.
please follow up on that, please.
And
Is
listen,
any-
sometimes
All
something that
we're
you may
here.
think is small or tiny or irrelevant could be something really huge, and you not even
Right.
know it.
And anybody
Just
else
like the
that
Band-Aid,
thinks they
Mama
know
Goody, did you
anything,
hear that?
I
anybody
did.
else that thinks they know anything or they do know stuff and they don't want to say anything, I think it's best just to not say anything at all because this woman has been through enough.
Yes.
Her mom's been through enough. There's no reason for false hope.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Truth. This person mentioned that they're 3 miles away from where this happened.
Really?
She said, I'll private message later. Okay, get aloof. That's fine.
I'll look
Thank you.
for it.
Please make sure you do that. Because
Please.
don't leave her hanging. Because you brought it up and now you know a lot, supposedly. You could help this case. You could help break this case. Like they said, it only takes it takes literally a speck to break a case open? I mean, just please follow up on that.
Yeah, and
If
this
you don't do
person
it
says,
now, do it in a little bit.
yes, and this person says that they said um 3 miles away.
She has to live around these people. I understand that.
I think she was saying that when somebody asked how far EMS was from the residence, I think they were saying 3 miles is what they were answering that
She
to.
was referring to 3 miles to EMS. Yes.
I believe that's what they were referring that to.
Message you, Dora.
Does she know me?
Do you know Miss?
So, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Get it loose. Do you know Miss Audrey?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay, baby. I'll be looking in my inbox for you.
I have a few questions for you, Aubrey, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Um, do you feel, and this is going to be opinion based, because at this point, that's what everything is, except for the facts that we know, and we know for a fact that she didn't do it. Do you feel that Anthony was dropped off that day as a prop? Because everybody in the house gone but him.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know enough about their dynamics to say how often he was with them. Uh, I never even asked Kara how many times she might have seen him. But like they said that someone said that Anthony said that he knew Paul because Paul gave him. Can I say a word that starts with a K? Uh, you know,
Oh, a knife?
yeah, I didn't know if I could say that.
Okay.
Okay, a knife.
Yeah, okay. That he would give them little pocket ones and this and that. But I don't think that Kara ever said she actually saw him.
Did
And
her and
maybe
Jalen have a
she might be in
relationship
the
at all?
attention. Pardon?
Did Kara and Jalen have any type of relationship at all?
No.
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 And once again, State Mama 3 knows about the Band-Aid. She didn't have a Band-Aid or a tattoo on either side of her neck.
And I find it so ironic that someone else has a little tattoo on her neck. And I mean, how easy would it be to put a
Well,
band-aid over it to cover it up so your child
she
would.
Or it
she
could
had
have
a
just been
tattoo on the
done.
back of her neck, but
No, he states that it was on the side.
no, there was nothing on her side. No tattoo. No Band-Aid. No. As a matter of fact, when I post these videos, you can see where they are asking her about an injury on her neck, and they're looking.
The cops are.
Yes.
Now, the video surveillance from, was it Dollar General or something like that?
Subway.
Okay, Subway. How long after the crime?
Wasn't that 8:30?
That was about 8:30. I've got the exact.
So I wonder if
She
you.
had not dyed her hair yet.
Right, but I wonder if you'd be able to see her neck in that video to see if there was a band
No,
on her neck.
her hair is down. Her hair is curly, and she had brushed it out or something, and it looks just like a fuzzy mess, if you ask me. Well, I don't know, maybe not.
Now, do we know if Jalen and Paul had a relationship at all?
I do not know.
Okay.
I know he
my
had a
gosh.
relationship with
I'd
her
assume.
father.
Right. Well, and that, since to me, if Paul was at the father's house, a good bit of time, obviously him and Jalen probably had some sort of interaction.
You'd think.
Yep.
My thing is,
I said it last night too when I live. I find it really funny that the 6-year-old. I mean, we're talking about the 10 kitchen utensils down to the. He said, "Oh, it was a tan Jeep." A tan. What?
My thing is, if Jaylen's gonna keep getting on here and crying like this happened 15 hours ago, and I look at the way she's been doing this for years on here to scam money out of people, it's more of a guilt cry and not a grief. There is a difference if you just want.
Yes.
What I find funny is she always talks about Kara Garvin, who is sentenced, by the way, to life. She never once mentions Paul that's getting out next year.
Yeah.
Never.
It's like
That
she
actually did
avoids
the-
conversation about him. Like she doesn't want to. She if you didn't know anything about the case, you wouldn't know that Paul was even involved if you listened to her.
Exactly.
I didn't until I went down the rabbit hole, Mama 3.
And see, that's suspicious to me. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't you say there are 2 people in prison convicted of murdering my family? Why only one?
Because
Well,
the other one, the other one didn't get charged for any of that. He's not.
He actually
What were
did
his
it.
charges? What was his actual charges?
charges was for attempt of that on a brother in November.
So it wasn't connected to this crime?
No,
Stop it right now.
I'm telling the truth.
And he was he was the only one that admitted to being there.
I know.
Make sense.
What about the third person possibly in the car that was crouched over on that show that they said? Is that true?
I see. I didn't watch it. I have no clue.
I wouldn't encourage anybody to go watch that episode and give them any more views at this point.
I guess maybe I should have watched it. I was so upset. And actually, Carrie got to see this in prison probably about, I don't even know if it's been a year yet or not. She saw it. It came up on her TV and she watched it and she was so upset. So terribly upset. And then she said she watched it again because they showed it like every night for 5 nights. So everybody in the prison watched it. And she said, after I watched it the first time, I thought, well, they didn't say nothing. It showed more reasonable doubt than it did that I did anything.
So Paul had no connection to this and wasn't charged or anything, but he knew where to bring investigators to find the neatly folded evidence.
Right. And he admitted being on the scene, but he didn't get any charges with the case.
And in most states, and especially in Ohio, that if you are present, you are also found guilty of the same thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Get a Life says Paul Burmer's former girlfriend was
Yes, she
before the murder.
Yes, that was before the unaliving, and her son that was testifying on that show or having an interview. He has recently passed.
Oh, the son has?
Yes, Miss Robin's son.
Bless it.
I do have one question. On the pictures, what kind of car did Kara drive?
It was a RAV4.
Okay, on the picture of the crime scene, whose vehicle is that?
I'm assuming Juanita's. It's a damn Jeep, by the way.
Okay. That
Interesting.
somebody wanted me to come up here.
Over RAV4, what color was it?
Silver.
What color was the Jeep? Just asking.
Tan. I think it was tan.
Interesting.
But that's all.
So is it like a trailer park where it went 3 ways, A, B, and C?
No trailer park.
No, it was up on a hill.
It was if you went out into your hillside and made a drive straight up the hill around the corner and placed
Like a holler.
I don't even know how they got it up there. Put your trailer there. It's like a holler, but it's up a hill.
So do we know if Jaylyn actually had like a residence, for let's say 2, 4, 6, whatever places down the road?
I don't know where she lived. I'm trying to figure out how I could find out where she lived in 2008.
So
Oh,
I
that's
have the
easy.
map pulled up, and I'm gonna put it up on my screen. If you look at this house at the direction that it was at that time, so right here is the home. Hold on, let me flip my screen.
Get a
Right
loft.
there.
Do you know if she lived in town? So do you know if at the time of the incident, if she actually stayed 4 houses down like she claimed?
Oh no,
She
they're all
she lived in Ironton.
Ironton. Okay.
So this is the home right here. So this driveway, the boy mentioned that he went all the way down this driveway, but which home did he go to? This one over here?
There should have been like a curve right by
She did.
the
So
front.
whichever one is 287.
So this is 287.
No,
That where the 911 call was placed?
287 Snook Road is where the family was assassinated.
Where was the
He
911
went
call
to
from?
287B.
This is 287B. This is the crime home right here.
I don't know. It says 287B was James Dameron's address.
That's where he went.
Yeah, and their house is 287, just 287, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is 287 right here.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Okay,
see that
so
kind of curve? So if you go around that curve past 287, up on the hill, farther up, around that, around that way. No.
Towards the
way.
top where your 214 number is, Dora.
okay. So 214 number. Okay. So if we go up this way right here, there's a trailer up on another hill right here.
That's it.
That's where the 911 call was from?
Yes. Well, no, wait a minute. The 911 call came from James Dameron's house.
Which was the 287B.
Yeah, that thing way up on top of that hill that you had your marker on, that's where it happened.
Okay.
So right here, so he ran all the way down this hill right here where my cursor is, all the way down to 287B.
What?
Yes.
Come on. You tell me he wasn't told to do that beforehand? Stop it.
But look, right
And
here's
he's
where
seen
the
the
crime
vehicle now, guys. This kid's seen the vehicle leaving.
At
Okay,
nighttime.
so right here is there's nowhere to go right here. So right here's the crime scene. He would have had to ran all the way down here to 287B.
Yes. Do you see any 4 doors anywhere around there?
No.
I think there's a trailer on the opposite
Yes,
side.
there's a trailer right here.
Okay.
Why would they leave an eyewitness though? Especially they had perfect chance to get him again when they were leaving. If he wasn't put there on purpose.
What was the it was said that they could hear 4-wheelers and stuff going by. What was the significance in that?
Whenever when James Dameron had the kid call his mom first, Jaylynn first, then it just spread like wildfire from there. So one of the neighbors in one of those trailers, I think, there were several people that went up there on 4-wheelers. Now, I have a nephew that says there were 4-wheeler paths on the other side of the hill, on the side that you don't see, that has no houses, okay? And you come down onto a different road. It's not Snook, it's a different road. And my son and I spoke to that man, and he said that night he heard 4-wheelers on his side of the hill. And he told the police department, the sheriff's department, and they just said, oh, that was just us, but it wasn't.
Oh.
They had 4-wheelers.
Yeah. How much time did Jaylynn get alone with her son before 911 arrived?
Quite a while.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. She got
She
there.
was called first.
She called first. So they called everybody, and she made her way there. And he was sitting on her lap, and she told him, look at the hair. That's what I was told. And Paul Blaine says, no, come here, come over here and talk to me, or something like that. That's what he says he said. But he also said that he didn't have time to get a recorder, which was a lie, because he was at when he made the mug shots. That, by the way, if you, and they're on my website, so I know some of you have seen it. He's this little teeny tiny picture up in a corner, and that's for a reason, because your eye is drawn there. Those people didn't look like her. They
No,
weren't.
look right here. Here's the people.
Yeah,
And that's how the lineup was given to him, like that right there.
exactly. And you see her, you see my daughter up in that corner. I didn't even recognize her.
I doubt if I could pick out someone in a lineup that I saw for 5 seconds. I don't think I could do, and I'm
Especially
60.
during something that chaotic, and for him to be like, "Oh, yep, that's her right there."
Yeah.
And this is where the evidence was found, correct? Right in here?
Right there, yes, right behind that mailbox.
Is there a connection to that place, like where it was found?
Motel room was right across the street from it.
Whose motel room? The one they were staying in?
Yeah,
Where she dyed her hair.
where she
And
died
what
in
part of Kentucky was that motel room?
right across the river in Green, Kentucky.
Gotcha.
We live right on the river, and I mean I can hear the boats from here.
So I mean, you telling me that he's trying to say that if she did, let's just say she did it, she wasn't smart enough to like drop it out the window when they were driving. She just went over there and placed it neatly folded across the street. No,
And why was it
Or
located near?
throw it. Did anybody not throw it in the river? Did anybody not
Go
think
in
of
the
that?
Ohio River.
Yeah.
Exactly. They had to go over the Ohio River just to get to the other side.
So why not throw it out the window there?
Exactly. Why
Okay.
not?
And why was
Also,
it
the subway
located?
camera at 8:30,
Yeah.
almost 3 hours after it's happened, she still hasn't dyed her hair.
No.
But she was solely convicted on the hair color.
And a
She was
6-year-old
convicted-
virgin.
She was convicted by a 6-year-old.
Can I ask you
Sorry
this?
for that child.
Like,
And
what?
And I did look up, hold on, Mama 3. I did look up that law you were talking about, and it does state that about the age
Doesn't.
of the testimony and based off the conviction.
What?
They all felt sorry for that child. I felt sorry for
Yeah.
that child. I
Can't help but not to.
It's criminal to do that kind of activity in the presence of a child.
So what led up to her, to it being said, Sarah did this? Like, what?
I'll tell you. So, what happened is that Paul, or not Paul, but that Dave Hall, his sister-in-law lived across the street from me. She was actually one of them that called me to check on me. And so he had called her evidently, but he is the one who gave that child, Sarah's name, 5 minutes in the time that she got in there.
Wow.
And that's what my attorney says. Who solved the case in 5 minutes? Who? Paul, Dave Hall.
So did Paul go to the cops or did the cops come to Paul?
Oh no, Paul ran.
He went to Florida.
He went to Florida. And see, he had this associate by the name of Ray Rodriguez. I don't know if he's still alive. He lived in Jacksonville, Florida.
Doris,
So,
get on that.
and there is a junior, so you know there is. And I talked to him. He said he didn't know where his dad was last time I tried to reach him. And see, he was involved in that with that girl, Amanda Mooney.
So you haven't been able to find him, right?
No,
Hold on. What's his name? Give me 2 minutes.
his name is Rainier Rodriguez, but his name, they called him Ray, but his name was Rainier, Renier, or something like that.
Hold on. I'm going to get my computer. Hold on.
Dora, we need to look up
I'll
where
be in
Jalen was in
Jacksonville next
2009.
weekend.
Okay,
Just
hold on.
FYI if I'm needed.
Okay, what is his spell that name for me?
Rainier, Renier, Rodriguez.
Do you see what Get a Life said? They all used to go to Florida and get pills and come back to.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I know that.
Ramir Rodriguez, and you said Jacksonville?
Yes.
And who was he connected to?
Okay. This is what happened. Carrie thought that they met him in a bar haphazardly. Okay, like they're in a bar in Jacksonville, and they just happened to meet this man whose name is they called him Ray Rodriguez, and that they became friends, and they kind of hung out together, and he had a girlfriend. He was married a nurse, but he hung out with had this girlfriend named Amanda Moody.
Is this him?
That was no. This guy was old. He was probably my age now. Well, he might have been a little younger than me. He was born in the 50s.
Okay, so in the 50s, so I need to look approximately.
Like he might have been like, he was a little younger than me, I think. But yeah,
Might be like a junior or something, maybe.
I have like information in my computer if I can, on my Dropbox. But
How do you spell the first name? Renier or Ranier?
REM.
I think it's REN.
I want to give a shout out to Aunt Lynn. That's in here. That's Jalen's aunt.
Okay.
So we're all just gonna say hey to Aunt Lynn.
Hey, Aunt
Hi.
Lynn.
Hey, Aunt Lynn. I was watching you from the outside the other night.
Welcome in.
So he would approximately be what, about 75 now?
I think he's younger than me, and I'm 72. So,
You said the
68?
girl's name was Amanda Moody?
he would be in his late 60s.
Okay, so he would have been. Okay, and the girl's name was Amanda Moody, correct?
Yes. She's one of my friends. She's one of my friends on Facebook. But she wouldn't help it. They were supposed to move down there.
Wow.
Which is why she up and just went with him, because she thought that they were getting ready to move to Florida.
Right. And he said, let's go to Florida. She says, no, I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow and in Portsmouth. And he said, then let's go to a motel because the satellite's out. They couldn't get TV, supposedly. And she said, but he would say, let's go to a motel anytime task force was coming, because you know that detective, he would call and tell him task force is on the way.
Oh, the one from the recording?
That was keeping him out of jail.
Wow.
So, okay, so Ramir, is that his actual legal name, or is that short? Does he also go by Raymond or Ray?
He goes by Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
So I found a Ray that lives in Jacksonville, and it says he's in his 60s.
Okay.
And he's lived in Pottstown, PA. He's lived in New York. Does that sound kind of right?
I don't know. I think he's always, I don't know. I think he's orange is there something like Orange County or Orange something?
Orange County is California, and then there's an Orange County, I think, in Florida too.
Florida,
There's
Florida,
the
Orange
Orange
County.
County, yeah.
Yeah, so here there is one that pulls up that's 60s that goes by Raymond Rodriguez.
They called him Ray Ray, and he was into he was into that kind of behaviors. And
What about arrest records?
oh yeah, he has them. That's how I found them.
That's how you'll find them, Dora.
So I'm gonna look. What is the
Yeah,
change
the
there?
last time. And others have said that he actually knew him. Paul had lived in Florida before, and that they had known each other before, and he was going to help him start up his business, help Paul start his business in Franklin Furnace.
Dora, they also said look at Clay County. Sorry.
Yeah, Clay County.
I'm
That's it.
checking right now.
Clay
So
County.
Remeier.
It's Clay County.
It's Clay County.
Yes, it is.
Okay, one second.
I remember.
There's just too many coincidences in all this. I'm just saying.
Florida.
And once
And I
we
don't
connect
believe in
all of it,
coincidences.
there's a connection. All we got to do is get the dotted lines to point in the same direction.
If we can find this man right here, hold on. We're fixing to find him.
Somebody said Orange
Dora, you don't say if. You know we can find this man.
Yeah.
I lost
Dora-
my socks. Do you have anything to say, honey?
Yeah, if anybody else wants in the box, just say something. I'll jump down. I don't have a problem.
Dora,
I
they
have a
said
few
yes,
requests.
Orange Park is Clay County. Also look at St. Johns County.
Okay, I got it right now. We're about to look. I'm going to look at inmates that have been a part of that, and then that'll give me a vicinity area, and we'll find them. Hold on.
Sabrina says she knows directions or questions about, I think she's talking about the Florida portion of it. Is that correct?
So Clay County, it says age. It's just current inmates.
There should be an option to have released inmates.
So I'm trying to see that option, but
Yeah, Sabrina says I've lived here 48 years, born and raised. I think that's the one that said they live like right by the prison, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
asked if they wanted a box. I dropped, but she didn't answer me.
so
Which one open, Sabrina?
Okay. Correct. Okay, so I'm in the docket now. Hold on.
This man was big time into him. He had like 3 or 4 cell phones.
Somebody said Paul was arrested on 1800 North Alberta Court in the Habitat subdivision, may be raised. County for you.
1800 North Alberta Court. Let me see.
It says in the Habitat subdivision.
Habitat subdivision.
Okay. Property.
Dora, when you check Duval County's inmate records, there's a top left-hand box where you can check the inmates from previous times.
Okay.
I live in Duval County. I live in Jacksonville. So you're going to want to check Clay County because that's Orange Park. St. Johns County is our immediate south. Nassau County is our immediate north.
I'm on it, and I'm putting in his name, and I'm putting this address right here.
Also, check the city of Jacksonville's tax property records. Because if the man lived here for a substantial amount of time, there is a good chance there's property in his name. And the county keeps the records even back 100 years online.
He had a wife, and she was possibly a nurse, and they did not live together because he was fooling around.
Okay, so he would be older by now. So 60s. Okay.
The name Amanda Moody, the Moody's all grew up on the north side of Jacksonville, which is very close to the Nassau County line.
Okay.
It might be worth looking at Nassau County. Also, Jacksonville is only a 20-minute drive from the Georgia state line. Straight up.
I wondered if he did not go by Ray, because when I type in Remire, Remie, of 2022. Oh, it's just a court date for security insurance. Hold on.
Security insurance might be a bond hearing. That might be a bond issue. Security, there's quite a few bond companies named Security here.
So it looks like his name is Rainier Angel Rodriguez.
Yes, yes.
Cooking with crime. Can I drop you to bring Sabrina up, baby?
Of course.
Okay,
You
honey.
can
Thank
stop
you.
me also. I just wanted to let Dora know to check the surrounding
Okay.
counties.
Well, Cooking, stay right there. I'll drop Mama. Thank you, Mama, for coming up.
Thank you, ma'am. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
Okay.
Jerry says I found one in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and Miami, and he is 67.
Yes, he is 67.
Yeah.
So right here, I found a current. Hold on. It says his birthday was 2/17 of 57.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Hi. So I live here in Jacksonville. I literally work right next to the jailhouse. The Moody's are from the north side, like the other lady did say. We both live on the north side out here. And y'all were saying that that dude lives in habitat houses. That would all be our east side. That's on our east side of Jacksonville. I mean, west side of Jacksonville.
Right. Hey, Miss
and if-
Audrey, I got his address current.
What is it?
You want me to privately DM it?
Yeah,
yeah,
let's do that.
privately. Yes, you do that.
And I
Yeah,
can
I've
tell
got
you
a- I've got
exactly
a
where
current
it's
phone
at.
number.
If it's
I've
if
got
it's
a
here in
current phone
Jacksonville,
number.
I can tell you where it's at.
I've got a current phone number as well.
Dang, Dora.
Wow.
She said the ching,
I
ching,
know they
ching.
are all over Lim Turner.
You're good. I couldn't even do that.
And it looks like he owns this property.
Wow.
Dora, did you say he was in jail now or no?
Oh, he is currently not incarcerated.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll speak for truth real quick. Nobody attacked Aunt Lynn in the comments. Aunt Lynn, I'm sure this is hard on her. Aunt Lynn has cut her ties with Jay Lynn, and we're going to leave it at that. I know this is probably hard on her too. Let's all leave her alone.
Yeah, I addressed everybody in the chat. I made a comment. Do not attack Aunt Lynn. Do not badmouth Aunt Lynn. Don't talk about Aunt Lynn. Be positive in the chat or you'll be blocked.
We have to remember, regardless of the thoughts and feelings on Jaylyn, that was Aunt Lynn's, I believe it was her sister.
It was her sister.
Yes.
So, she's lost in this as well.
I'm
Yes.
sure she wants justice just like we all do.
That's why I was like, y'all are talking about Jacksonville. We got you. We got you here.
Thank you.
Yes, Foxy Lynn. Aunt Lynn is a very sweet lady. She wasn't treated the best by Jaylyn from what I saw. You can't help who your kinfolk are, y'all. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you can't help
who
it.
your
And people
kinfolk.
need to be respectful to her just the same as, it's a tough situation and everybody here just wants the right thing.
Right.
I am going to put it out there since the name's being brought up right now. Jaylyn has changed her name. So she may come across your For You page under another name. I don't know what it is. Even if I did, I wouldn't say it.
If everybody goes to the pin video on my profile, the video is up with her name. Beautiful Girl 40
Yeah.
at Cetaphil 83.
83. Yeah, she
Go
trying
ahead
to
and
be
block
slick, y'all. She trying to be slick.
I just don't
Trying to take
understand.
Cedar's name.
I don't understand why innocent people have to change their names.
That part.
I'm gonna drop
That's a
down,
good
but if
one.
y'all need me to do anything Jacksonville wise, let me know because I'm a personal chauffeur here. I know the roads, I know properties. I grew up here. So if y'all need anything, let me know.
Thank you
I
so
need a
much, Sabrina.
vacation. I'm just kidding. I do need a vacation.
Jack, go to
I want to
Orlando.
thank
It's
you.
not fun here.
Don't go to Orlando. It's too crazy there. Too busy.
I'm always at the theme parks. It's not that crazy.
Girl. Oh,
Sabrina,
no.
I sent you a follow. You can DM any of us if you have any questions or have any information that you want us to look. It'll be
Yes, ma'am.
private. And thank you for coming up here and giving your information.
Thank you. I've been following y'all for a couple days on this, so thank y'all very much. But if y'all need anything from me, I'm here, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Y'all take care. Happy Sunday.
I want to address
Okay.
some people in my comments. A comment specifically towards Jaylyn. She's not that beautiful. We don't body shame and pick on people for the way they look in this life. Be respectful or I will boot you.
So, Audrey, I'm going to go back about 30 minutes ago. We were talking. I wanted to let Dora finish the Jacksonville thing. You said that Paul also unalived Dustin?
Yes. Dustin's mom.
Yeah. And that was prior to this.
Yes. It was in May. of
Dustin's mom.
2008. It was like Memorial Day, 2008.
And that's what he got.
And he didn't get in any trouble for that?
No, they called it suicide.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's what you said.
Can I tell you that a deputy stood in my house in the front of my 11-year-old granddaughter, her daughter, and said that they knew he did it. There were two holes in the wall. How do I say this? Two.
From the pew pews.
Pew
Yes.
pew.
Yes.
The objects.
Yes.
So
No, and
she
you don't
pew herself
fire,
twice.
punch, and miss, and a second time and hit. You don't do that.
Stop it right now.
I'm telling you the
You
truth.
can't make this shit
So
up.
it's obvious that Paul has connections with this town's department.
Yes.
Tight connections.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that also needs to be investigated and brought to light. They all need to lose their jobs.
I know. Well, he's retired now, so, and he's told everybody that I lied on him, and I said, I haven't said anything. I let his own words do the talking.
And when does Paul get out of
So
prison?
has
It's
she
soon,
had a
right?
retrial?
No. Paul gets
And
out.
she's out of appeals.
Paul
She
is
can-
set to be released in December of 2025.
Oh, that's
Yes.
scary.
That is ridiculous.
But now she can do what they call a post-conviction appeal. If she has new evidence and they feel that it's
Oh, was she about to have them?
then
She
they
about to
will,
get some.
yeah, then she can do a post-conviction appeal. But you got to understand that this appeal goes right back to Harkey, who convicted her to begin with, who went to the jury and told them that they did a good job because she was the getaway driver on a different thing that happened in Kentucky or some kind of bull like that. It's a lie. That is a bull.
How can they say that without any proof?
They don't need any proof. They're the judge.
Wow.
And also, you got to think about the jury. I think that maybe I might have pointed out that the jury foreman was the sheriff's cousin, and they had just spent Christmas together. I was
None of
told
this stuff conflict of interest. Like they don't have that
No.
there in that town.
that's what they used as in the district appeal, but they just denied it. Because somebody had told my sister, or no, there was a man on the jury. His name was Salyers, and he was from Franklin Furnace, and that is my maiden name. Well, he told my brother that those women wanted to my daughter, meaning give her the death penalty. And those women were the sheriff's cousin, Dana, who I see every now and then at a dance class for my great granddaughter. Dana was my patient when I was a nurse practitioner. She worked with the victim's stepmother. Then there was a third one. Her name is, whatever. She worked with the prosecutor's wife. Don't you? And then there was a guy on there who was the nephew of a deputy sheriff. Do you see that there might be a problem here? But they interviewed over 100 people.
So all these people just probably go to the same church. They're eating at the same dinner table on Sunday afternoon. They getting their plan ready and they going to work on Monday and setting it straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second, Audrey. Truth about you. Can you do a quick recap? We have a lot of new people that just come in and they heard Dustin's name, and so they're not understanding the Kara part of it. Can we do a Dora or somebody do a quick recap of what this is? Because there's so many questions.
I'll
And
let
they're so
Dora
confused.
recap it.
Yeah, she's good at it.
Go ahead, Dora.
So basically, what's going on is everybody knows Jalen as a part of the scam community. Those of you that are a part of the scam community know that Jalen is a part of that. However, this is a case revolving her family who was unalived in 2008. The lady convicted, her mother, Kara Garvin's mom, she's in the box right here beside the host. And she's telling the story of what exactly happened and why they convicted Kara.
in this case. However, we feel that it is wrongfully conviction, and we're all here listening to mom, listening to everything. If you guys want to know more, you can go to www.freekaragarvin.com and look at the evidence yourself and make your own decisions and your own thoughts from this case particularly.
And there's tons of stuff on there, y'all, from court transcripts to, I mean, everything you need.
Everything. So practically, we're going over the details of why she was convicted, how she was convicted with so many holes. And if you have not had the chance to go watch the documentary is on Discovery Prime, YouTube TV, and HBO Max. There is quite a few of those. And the name of that again, I'm sorry, Miss Audrey, what was the name of that show?
It was Reasonable Doubt, and
Reese,
the episode was To Die For. Spelled
It's Reasonable Doubt. It is season 4, episode 8.
But keep a very open mind if you have not watched that and you do choose to watch that, because it was
They
all
framed Kara.
it was
Yeah.
not we're finding out now that they did Kara and her family wrong. It was all for ratings and shows, and just watch that with a grain of salt. Take everything from that with a grain of salt.
So this conviction, it is season 4, episode 8. And the website, again, I saw somebody's comment. The website is www.freekaragarvin.com.
Can I just say I need more boards?
So what we're doing is just going over this with the mom, the mother of Kara, and
It's a
Sorry.
Christian-based system to where you can take donations. It's kind of like GoFundMe, but they don't take out all the fees. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Anybody that watches Old Hype Queen?
There's several. There's actually 2, and I'm trying to remember. We set one up for a friend of mine, and there was no fees removed. Let me look. Hang on. Give me a second.
I'm sure Hype Queen got it in her bio. I'm just saying.
because instead of donating money to all of these scammers, spread
Give,
the
send, go. That's it. Give, gift, and go. And it's like GoFundMe, but they don't charge fees.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and we
And the
decided
spot
this
There's
on
on.
was
also
the other
Angel
one.
Link that takes 0% of everything. It's called
Fox
Angel Link, but the
Frontier.
L is one L, like the angel and then ink. So
So
it's Angel Link.
I want to stop for a minute and check on Miss Audrey. Are you okay for right now?
yes, I'm fine.
Are you sure? Do you need to go or take a break?
No, but if my great granddaughter comes in, she'll make enough noise that I'll have to leave.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just want to check on you, make sure that you're doing all right.
Blessed.
And
If you
speaking of that, Miss Audrey, I
do it.
wanted to say when I watched you on the show that was a piece of crap, you looked absolutely
never, ever not helped her when she needed to help. And I would never choose one or the other. If anything happened to her, if this particular type of thing had happened to her, I'd be the same beside her.
Did
And
that come from at the end when that nasty man was saying that you had to pay attention to your other children?
yes,
Oh,
Sorry. That
I am so
So
mad
Gator
right now.
Mindy, so how was Jalen linked into this mess? So Kara Garvin is supposedly the person that murdered her mom, dad, and sister, but she didn't do it. She was framed. But Jaylyn is telling everybody she did and that she's got life for it, but she fails to mention Paul, which is the guy that actually was involved and did it.
And got no
Kara
jail
had
time
no
for it.
doings. Yeah, he
Allegedly.
gets out.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But that's how Jaylyn brought all this onto herself. She brought it up. She talked about it constantly. We got invested. This is Kara's mom, Audrey, up here in the box. But yeah,
thank you,
that's how
Jalen, for
Jaylyn
opening the
sleeps
can
to
of
this.
worms. Let's all say thank you, Jalen. Thank you.
Jalen uses
And
this story as a crutch for money to
Yep.
scam
right,
people on
that's what I
this
was gonna
app.
say.
So I think every time that Jalen brings this up as a money grab, it should go towards free and Kara Garvin.
Yo, thank you, Jalen. You did it. Woohoo!
Amen.
Which we're working on that now. And we'll do another live to get that started. Correct, guys?
Yes,
don't know, but
we will continue coverage on this. Absolutely.
Right.
I just want y'all to know that I'm over here trying to piece it.
Great, down.
Look, she looks like me when I first heard about this and
Get you
realized
some
that
string and some
Jaylyn was a
thumbtacks, girl.
scammer.
I'm gonna hang them
I
up
told
on the
mom
wall.
of
I'm not
3.
playing. We
I
are
told
gonna
mom
do
of
whatever
3 and them I had to pull out my notebook. I was like, I gotta pull out my notebook. Hold on, stop. So I had to take all these notes, and I had 4 pages front and back within 30 minutes.
I have 2 computers going and a notebook.
Yeah.
Door done
Well,
have
I've got a
pulling out those
notebook.
receipts longer than the dang CVS receipts, man.
Because if we can find the right person to help with this and we have everything laid out for them, like I can take a picture of it and say, okay, this is what this is what, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
How are
Mama
they
Becky,
gonna
I'm gonna
deny it?
friend you because I have messaged Eric, the
Okay.
PI. So I'm gonna friend you, and
Okay.
when he gets back with me, I'm gonna connect him with you because you got way more going than I do, girlfriend. But I'm gonna connect him with you and also Miss Audrey. So I'm gonna send you both a friend request.
Sitting here just
But
looking at
I've
what I
already sent
have
him a message.
already, there is so many discrepancies that I don't even know how they could possibly.
That's what I said last night. I said, listen, Ray Charles is blind as a bat, but that joker could see this from a mile away that it was stank.
I mean, just listening to
Whatever
the
y'all
first part of
find,
it and not even hearing the whole entire incident from Audrey. I mean, just the Band-Aid thing is enough to know, okay, this is not our person.
No, and for that TV show guy to slap her in the face practically by saying you need to focus on your other children. What?
I'd have slapped him in the face.
if anybody finds information that's credible, I am connected to Miss Audrey outside of this app. We have developed a relationship.
And that's amazing.
Or y'all can
They're
just, I'm sure,
amazing.
message her on here, but I have direct contact with Miss Audrey.
I want to tell you, I did want to smack the man. I wanted to
I
yell.
bet you did, baby.
I wanted to yell.
You
and
should have. That would have made
I
for
wanted
great
to-
TV.
But
They
you
would have
know,
cut it out.
The you got to understand, they would
bastards.
have cut it out.
Hold
They
on
would
one
cut it out.
second, Miss Audrey. Please don't give her names out in the chat. I'm sure Truth would probably agree. We don't want her name out in the chat, maybe. I don't know, it's Truth's live, but Truth, what do you think?
Everybody asking about Jaylen's account. No, it's not deleted. She took it off of private. There's a video on my page with the name change. She did that to hide from all of the awareness that's coming out on her.
Yeah, I didn't figure you'd want your chat flooded with her name, so that's why I just stopped it. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Go ahead, Miss Audrey.
I was just going to say that you got to understand, like when you watch that show, and they'll have, I understand they'll have me look at Andy and Andy look at me. And they did that multiple times. And so then they cut and paste that into places where I think it's supposed to look like I'm going, oh, did you know that? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a cut and paste kind of thing. So no matter what I wanted to say, I wanted just out of that room at that point. A friend of mine said that I rolled my eyes. I don't know, but I would. It wouldn't have mattered what I said; they would have cut it out.
It was all smoke and mirrors. They have to
Yes.
twist the narrative. They have to keep the narrative a certain way, and it was all smoke and mirrors.
Right.
And they contacted Miss Audrey. Miss Audrey did not contact that show.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, they act like I did. I think they even say, you contacted us because, and it wasn't that way. They contacted me.
Yeah, they tried to make it like they believed that Kara did not do it and we're going to help her prove that. And they went in the opposite direction.
I just want to tell Truth about you. Thank you for reaching out to Miss Kira's mom and, being there and be a voice for her. Because like I said, without you and without old Dupla Jaylen over there running her mouth, none of us would know about this. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for you getting the truth, the other side, Kara's side out there, we would only know one side. And for a long time, we only knew Jaylen's side. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, reaching out and, helping get her truth out there and being her voice for a while.
And guys, these scammers are catching on. They know now. Well, some of them do that. If they change their name, a lot of the times you can't find the videos on them. So, I mean, it's nothing to repost and hashtag when you do find out that they changed their name. Just because then, at least that way, when people think about donating, because we're always saying research, they pop up again. Because, I mean, there's like Lexi Too Cute, who's been changing her name every week because she got caught. Kate Martin popped back up recently, put a different number at the end of her name. Her videos have disappeared. So it helps a lot if you put their name, if you make videos, hashtag their name in the video. But if you repost, you could do it that way too.
I just take a screenshot of it and then post it.
Yeah.
Well, you can go in and edit the videos and just add her new name hashtag.
Yeah. But I'm blocked. As soon as they see my name, I'm blocked.
So everybody, and I don't really ask this so much. When we see Jaylen live, instead of giving money, let's flood that chat with hashtag free Kara Garvin.
Yes.
Flood
or the hashtag and the Cash App name that y'all come up with, or whatever y'all come up with.
And let's just give another shout out to Truth About You up there for that savage ass T-shirt. That will forever go down in history as one of the greatest moments in this.
So I'm lost on the T-shirt. What happened?
That was epic savage move of 2024 for sure.
Hashtag facts.
Okay, I missed the T-shirt. What happened?
Oh, that was, I think Truth About You's got the video.
I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah, it was that was the most savage move, and that
must be what the fart spray meant.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
That was great. It was great.
Gangsta.
Yeah, the look on her face, like she literally, like all the blood, like you could see the color leave her face, and it was like an oh shit moment for her. She was like, oh no. then she had the audacity to say that she could wear that T-shirt now. And then she was like, "Screw you!" Like she got real big mad, but it was great. It was great. I was here for it.
She was so excited to get that T-shirt, and then her
Yes,
whole world crashed.
girl. It was like
I had to
MVP.
step away. Were y'all talking about my T-shirt?
Yes, I said you were MVP. I was giving you praise, saying I
Wait, that black
Mhm.
T-shirt that said the gold writing on. Yeah, I did see
No,
that video.
it was
Yes, yes,
a
that
gray
makes sense
T-shirt.
now. Why
It
she
was
was so mad.
It's
I
a
a
said
gray,
gray
you
T-shirt.
got
T-shirt with black
MVP
writing.
for. I wanted to thank you. I don't know if you heard me, but I wanted to thank you for taking your time to reach out to Kara's mother and getting her story and listening to her because, like I said, without you, none of us would know this side of it. We only knew Jaylen's side because there was nobody speaking up for Kara. So until you came along to give us this information, and now you've got her mom in here, we only knew one side of this, which was Jaylen's side. So I appreciate you for reaching out to her and taking that leap, and you did the hashtag MVP Savage Award for that damn T-shirt.
I'm gonna tell y'all, and I appreciate that. I was a little scared to reach out to Miss Audrey because, I'm somebody from a different state. I think it was sometime at nighttime. I had messaged her wanting to talk to her because I was just baffled by what I watched on TV, and she was so calming and soothing towards me that it was immediate acceptance. And she doesn't get enough support for what she's going through. There's not enough eyes covering what Kara's convicted of wrongfully and what Kara's family has suffered. And my heart just went out to her, and I said, you know what? I said, you need to create a TikTok, and I'm going to eventually get this out there. I did tell her that. I'm going to eventually get this out there. And I meant that. It's taken me some time, but I meant it, and I stuck to it. So.
Well, I appreciate you for doing that because, like I said, I wouldn't have known this side without hearing it from you because we only hear Jaylen's side. You know what I mean? So again, thank you, Jaylen. Thank you, Jaylen, for putting your shitty story out there and leading us to truth about you and getting the real deal. Thank you.
Hey, Truth, I'm going to leave now. I want to thank you for hosting this and letting me help you with this. I'm going to send Dora, the MF detective, and you my phone number so that we can keep in touch and you let me know whatever I can do to help this. Miss Audrey, you're a beautiful woman. I can feel your soul shine. You don't give up. We've got your back. Let Kara know that we are coming for her, and there is a whole group of us ready to stand tall. And that's all. I've got things that I gotta do
I
now.
agree.
All right, we've got you.
Thank
You're
you,
so
Miss Mabel.
you're so sweet, Mabel.
Thank you all so very, very much.
Thank you,
I
Miss Mabel.
don't even have words to express how much this has meant to me. And there might be more noise in my house now. My great granddaughter's home.
That's okay.
There's nothing more precious than a grandbaby. I got my first one. He's a little over a year old, and I tell you what, that baby. I'd always got told beforehand when you have that first grandbaby, it's a love like you'll never understand, like it's completely different love. And I didn't understand what they were saying until I laid eyes on him for the first time, and that boy has changed my whole world. He is my heart, and I there's nothing like a grandbaby.
Well, you just wait till you get about 10 of them little shits running around and you'll think differently.
I agree. I actually became a grandma when I was 35, and the first one, I have two granddaughters. One is 12 and one is 4, and my daughter yells at me. I watch them 7 days a week, and my daughter yells at me all the time. I can't believe what you let them get away with. I would have been punished in my room for weeks if I did something like that. Like, she gets on me, but I'm like, they can do no wrong. Like, I love my daughter. I would lay down my life for her, but there's just like this different kind of love for your grandbaby.
Oh, absolutely. I have mine 5 days a week, sometimes 6, and that baby is my world. There's just it's indescribable. It's different. It's a different type of love, and I never understood it. And I can't explain it, but it is. The moment you lay eyes on them, it changes your whole world.
Yeah, there was no stopping me from being in that room when they were born. I was like, baby daddy, I don't care about him. He could go. I'm staying.
We couldn't because of COVID. There was only one allowed back there with my daughter.
Yeah, I went through that with my daughter too, the second baby, but I was there, not him.
Miss Audrey, now that your great grandbaby's there, do you need to go?
Yes, I really should go.
Okay.
But I want to again thank everybody for everything. You'll never know how much you've encouraged me and given me hope. And
Well,
that
thank
means a
you
lot.
for coming and speaking.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You're an
Audrey, and
amazing person. You're so strong, and we will do whatever we can to help you.
Thank you.
absolutely, and Miss
Yes, Miss
Audrey,
Audrey.
I'm
Well,
gonna shoot you a message.
As soon as the PI messaged me back, I will get him in contact with you, and then I will send him to Truth, Mama Becky, and Dora, and we'll get it going.
And try to just take it one day at a time. Love your great grandbabies. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much. We've been blessed with your presence.
Thank you.
Miss
Thank you.
Audrey, thank you for taking the time to come in here. I'm gonna phone you later if that's okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'll talk to you
If I know
later.
how to leave, I'm
Oh,
going
Miss
to.
Audrey,
I'm gonna get
don't
you.
forget when you get a chance to figure out if you want to do it through Cash App and then put it in your banks. That way you can see who sent it and keep up with it, or how you
Yes.
want to do it. But you
Oh,
and
yeah.
Truth will figure that out.
Okay. That's good.
Yes,
All
and
right,
Miss
Caroline.
Audrey,
Have a good
Miss
day.
Audrey, I'm gonna shoot you a message later,
Okay.
and I really appreciate you so much for coming in and sharing your story and your insight, and just know that you take it day by day, and know that you've got an army behind you, and we're gonna do this together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Miss
if you
Audrey.
need any of us anytime, you see all these faces in these boxes, you hit
Yeah.
that message button.
Okay. I will. Thank you.
I'll call you later.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bless her, man. I just can't.
Thank you
I
again,
wish.
Truth, for
I'm
reaching
so
out to her and
fascinated.
So
taking that step and
sad.
getting her story out there. Because, like I said, none of us would know her side. We wouldn't know her angle without you. Because I don't think anybody else reached out to her and you know, got us a link to her. We only knew Jalen's side, and without you being that connection, we wouldn't be here.
Yep.
I just want to hold her.
I do too, because I feel really bad. Like, just hearing the heartbreak in that woman's voice. My heart could never let me stop or give up on this, because there's times that people are wrongfully convicted. Yes, it take time to get them out. As an army of people that will stand behind her, I feel that we could do this. This
I
is
just
something
can't
that we
imagine
could
the
do.
hopelessness. That's the one word that keeps hopelessness.
Yes.
Like, you're hopeless. What do you do? You just feel hopeless.
Somebody wanted me to give a shout out to Mama Lena. I didn't get to read the entire comment because the comments were going pretty fast. I give a shout out to any and everybody who has joined my live. It has been very helpful. It's been very respectful. It's been very encouraging. It's been very supportive. So any and everybody who has joined my box, I do thank. I thank the people in my chat who have remained respectful and polite. That goes a long way with me. So yeah, I'm saying it. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah. There's been a lot of people. Mama Lena, Mexican homie, all for one. There's been a lot of people that have come together in the past. I mean, it seems like it's been a snowball effect. I think for the past week we've watched. I've watched Jalen for over a year, and it's like it just kind of took the snowball effect, and so many people started spreading awareness and getting the truth out there. And then now look at where we were a week ago, from watching her nodding out and snot bubbling and sucking snot, crying, begging for an air conditioner, to here we are. We just had Kara's mom in the box. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
it's
And I
grew into
think this
something
could
way
go
bigger.
much further. And like I said, I usually don't like to say go in other people's lives and do such, but I feel like every time Jalen is live, let's focus in on free Kara Garvin.
Yeah.
I think that if we hashtag that enough, Jalen is going to stop begging more because she's going to expect everybody coming in hashtagging free Kara Garvin.
Truth. In the comments, someone asked, why did Paul get off so easy and Kara get life?
Because he took a plea deal.
And Paul was never tried or convicted of these heinous crimes. It all fell on Kara, and Kara's the one that took it.
Yep.
I just find it really hard to believe that this little 5'2" tiny little thing just took out and masterminded this.
Well, how can he be the only one that said, "Hey, yep, I was there that night. I sure was," and that joker got out scot?
So,
What?
Can I tell y'all my theory now that now that her mom's gone and stuff? This is my theory as of right now. Okay, this is allegedly. Do you think that Paul made her dye her hair because the person that helped him's hair color was just like that?
Jalen's, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I didn't want to say it, but yes.
And the fact
I
that
mean, literally, we
people, but I guess when you're dealing with crooked people, but the fact that, again, Ray Charles is blind as bad, but he could see that she didn't have that color hair whenever the crimes occurred. Come on.
Well, Mama 3, you don't.
Short haircut. I mean,
And
it was
the
like
tattoo was the size of a small band-aid, y'all.
absolutely on the right side of her neck. I mean, depending on which side the screen was, turned. But yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. She wasn't like, I mean, she probably weighed 110 soaking wet.
And then there's a picture of her with blonde hair she's drop dead gorgeous. I didn't even know it was Jaylyn, y'all.
Yep, she actually had teeth in her mouth and stuff.
But in the 2009 picture, when this happened, Jaylyn had a bob with that box color dyed hair, and she had a tattoo on her neck. That's why I asked about that band-aid. Because that little boy said band-aid. He didn't say tattoo because Mama got a tattoo. Or because she could have just got that tattoo that day and had the band-aid over it.
Carrie, yes, Anthony pointed out Kara in the lineup. I mean, for a 6-year-old, that kid was amazing. I'm just saying, he knew that she had 10 kitchen utensils in her army vest. He knew that she had spiked boots on, a Band-Aid on her neck, and was in a tan Jeep.
Yeah, he could tell all of this while he was running down the hill.
Right.
Which just convinces me that he knew her prior to this incident.
Yep.
I mean, for a 6-year-old.
Or that he was told about her and told exactly about things, and it was rehearsed till he knew it. Because it's like when they asked a question or something, he knew it just like that.
You don't know who they're going to put in a lineup. So I think he recognized the one person in that lineup that he knew, because I'm sure he didn't know the other people.
Yep.
He says that he's seen Kara at Ed's house before. Anthony did.
Yes.
And I really feel like this guy from Florida, Jacksonville, I think there's a connection, and I think that Paul was ordered to take out these people by this guy from Jacksonville.
Or
Me too. I think there was drug money owed or something.
Or listen to this theory too. All right, so I was listening to Mom, and as Mom was talking, if you noticed, did you notice she also said she used to work for the prosecutors? Mom did.
I believe she said the prosecutor used to do my nails. I don't know if she said that too, but I did hear her.
No, Mama worked in the profession.
Yeah, she worked for them, and I think his wife did her nails.
Yes, his wife did her nails. She worked for them because she was on a contract, she said. So then, the prosecuting knows that Kara's her daughter.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like they trained her too.
Exactly. So Carol was running around with this known drug dealer, plus doing business with Ed and them at that time. So why not target her?
She was an easy target. She was an easy target.
She was an easy one because also mom's profession. Mom worked in that vicinity, so they knew Carol was mom's daughter, and they knew who she ran with and what she did. So why not make her an easy target in this so that she could be put away to because of Paul's connections.
And like I said before, I didn't, before going to the website and doing that deep dive and then hearing, Kara's mother today, if you only listen from here before, if you would only listen to Jaylen's story, you would never know who Paul was, that there was a Paul involved. No, you wouldn't know that Paul existed if you only listen to Jaylen's side. Because she never mentions him, which I find shady.
Because I don't think that the connection in Florida Ed was buying from him, because didn't they say that Ed's brother is a big time dealer too?
Yep.
So Ed would have easily gotten that from his brother.
But listen,
Ed was underselling the product, and Paul called two people that day. He called Dave Haney, which was one of the cops, and he called Ed's brother, which is now he's the one in charge. He's the king of the hugs and where they live at. Those two people were called that day. When I went back to look at these property taxes Jaylen supposedly had to pay before blah, 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 the uncle has a lot of properties in his name. So he's very well known where he's at.
It just stinks. It stinks like a pile of cow shit. It stinks. All of it.
Yeah, it does. And it's obvious she was framed. She was framed all the way around.
Yeah, see, Get a Life says right here, they all rode together to Florida to get the rugs and then bring them back.
Get a Life, have you messaged Truth yet? Please do. Please.
that's what I'm saying.
For
There's
Audrey and for Kara.
From this Haney, that was the deputy, to the Florida guy, and they were all in this together. And I think it was set up to take them out because of underselling.
Ooh, Carrie, that's a good. Carrie said maybe the father owed the brother money for rugs and Paul had to take care of it. It's a good, scenario.
Because you truly never know. Because if you think of its actual rug house, then you know there's people coming and going.
I agree with you.
And I also find it weird that, well, I mean, not weird, but you can't really, I don't know, I find it hard to believe that, it's been said that Anthony knew Paul, that, he saw Paul all the time at the parents' house, and he gave him little pocket knives and all the things. And we know that Paul and Carol were together a good bit. You can't tell me that she wasn't ever around him.
Correct. And Paul, she was confused to what the shit's really going on when he woke her up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she thought she had finally got busted for rugs and was ready to get clean and go do her time and all that. She had no idea this was coming. They didn't tell her. I think a family member was a cop, picked her up, and he didn't tell her what it was for until he got her to the station.
Hey, Karma, I don't know. Truth about you, do you know that? They said, does anybody know what kind of relationship Jaylen had with her parents? I haven't really heard anything about that.
Well, she didn't go to the trial at all.
She doesn't talk about it either, but her son was there, and I wonder if he lived there a lot. That's what I want to know.
And
I
why
want to know
would
how
she not
often
be
he was there.
And why would she not want to be there?
Right.
Yeah,
Or
and
if he
okay,
was
I got
dropped off that
confused.
day, what
If
time he was dropped off.
in
Like,
the documentary, the girl that testified against Kara, okay, she said that she was told what to say by prosecutors or attorneys or whatever, and then she said that the only reason she did it was because they told her that if she spoke out against Kara, that the child would not have to testify, so that she in turn, that's why she agreed to do it, is because she didn't want to see the little boy have to get on stand and testify. But then did he ended up testifying, correct or no?
Yes, he did.
So was Jalen there with him whenever he went to testify or no? Or like did he do like a in chambers testimony, or like was he put on trial in the courtroom? Because I know sometimes I've seen where kids will be like questioned like in a room, so it's not so scary.
No, he was in open court.
He was in open court. Was she not there with him then?
No, she was not.
What? Mm. Hashtag Mom of the Year.
I bet you she was shitting her pants wherever she was.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't. It's clear. Everything is so clear that you could just almost reach out and touch it, right?
It's a bad Lifetime movie, bro.
She probably didn't want to bring attention to herself. Something could have gone wrong. Let me tell you what, if you hurt my mother and father and my sister, you bet your ass I'm sleeping at that courthouse.
Right. I'm going to be first in line every day. I'm going to hide the bathroom so I ain't got to leave the courthouse. Oh, wow. Wow.
Mother of the Year, Dora, I hate that I'm late to this party. I'm so lost.
Jalen and Paul, did they have any connection? I can't remember.
Yes, they dated.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, that they had dated in the past.
Yes.
So, Mother of the Year, do you know Jalen the scammer?
That don't either.
I guess start there.
You can't make this shit up, y'all. And that makes sense if because had a past relationship, Jalen and Paul. That's why she ain't said nothing about that Joker, and she know that he about to get out. That's why she ain't said nothing about him, because she knows he's about to get out.
Dora, do you want to recap? I believe the Mother of the Year, 23. Do you know her?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you're good at it, so.
Sorry, I'm gathering school supplies right now, so I'm listening, but I'm not.
You're fine, babe.
Oh, you good, Truth. We appreciate you. Yeah, this rabbit hole is huge, Mother of the Year.
Her parents didn't have custody of her son. Apparently, he was just down there while Jalen was cooking supper, is what was said. Is what she has said in her lives before when she spoke on it, was that he was down there with the grandparents while she was 4 rows houses down in a non-existent house cooking deer burgers or something.
And let me just say this. By 8:45, 9 o'clock, right in that vicinity, even 9:30, just say 9:30. They did not question Anthony until 8 o'clock. By 9:30, they already had their mind made up that Kara Garvin done this. An hour and a half from
See, that's what I don't understand. Where did her name come? Like, what was it?
Her name came up. This is how her name came up. When they were questioning Anthony in Dameron's house, there was other relatives of Anthony in there. They stated that Kara and Paul drove a tan Jeep, just like they were describing, had went by. And they said that Kara and Paul had been there before.
So it was
That's
planted.
how
That
name came up.
That seed was planted by somebody. After the 6-year-old who's meticulous.
Wait a damn minute. The crime happened happened at 6 and 6:30. Why was he questioned at 8?
He was not questioned the first time until 8 p.m. at the home of James Dameron. His mother was there, and the deputy was there that spoke to him, as well as some family members and multiple deputies. It was 4 different deputies that spoke to him over that time frame at different times. He
Wasn't that
never
they said they
mentioned who
didn't
it
have the
was. He
recorder?
just mentioned the description, but the family members that were in there, not Jalen, but the other family members that were in there, are the ones who brought up Kara and Paul.
Wait, so you're going to tell me that the little boy was not questioned until 8 p.m. Crime happened and 911 was called at between 6 and 6:30.
The murder happened around 6:15. The first deputies were dispatched around 6:34. Then someone from the SO called David Hall, which is another detective, who got the call around 6:36. But Anthony was not questioned. It doesn't show that Anthony was questioned until 8 p.m.
Shits and giggles, what's the evidence against Kara? Her hair color.
Yeah, she didn't dye her hair until 8:15, or she didn't buy the dye. Excuse me. She did not buy the dye until 8:15, and she was seen on camera at Subway at 8:30 with blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then her cousin, Rick Nash, who was an attorney, made contact with Chief Miller at around 11 p.m. that night, and he took her in to speak to Chief Miller.
Because the little boy said
11:30, 12 o'clock, her mugshot was already taken.
The little boy said she had dark hair. She went, all right, a 6-year-old. I know, I think back, my kids are grown now, but I think back to my 6-year-old. They was out there playing in dirt, digging boulders and, chasing tadpoles or something. But this 6-year-old was so inquisitive that he knew that she had on a camouflage vest with 10 kitchen utensils, that she had brown hair, dark hair, weighed 125 pounds, 5'2", was wearing boots with spikes on them, was driving a tan Jeep. He knew all of that.
Let me throw this out there too. Paul left right away and left for Florida and left Kara behind because Kara had a doctor's appointment the next day, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes ahead and leaves. They reach out and Kara comes willingly to speak because at this point she has no clue that anything has happened. And so she just thinks, well, it's not a big deal, whatever. When Paul was called to, said he would come and he never showed up. An innocent person would not run, but a guilty person would.
Hi, Suba. So yeah, shits and giggles. When this crime happened, the young lady that is now in prison had light-colored hair. She's on camera well after the crime took place with light-colored hair. Her boyfriend at the time, or Paul, I don't know if it was her boyfriend at the time, but made her dye it in the hotel before the police came to question her.
Because the 6-year-old kid said that the shooter had dark hair.
Dark hair.
And at the time she had blonde hair.
And if I'm not mistaken, on the show, they actually said they found the hair dye box stuff in the hotel room.
And let's not forget,
the DNA on the gun was not Paul's. He was tested and it was not his. It was hers and 2 other people, but it was not his.
Jalen's hair was dark.
I got a flag. Let's watch our pew-pews and smurders, please.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Yes, Jalen had dark hair. And let's not also forget that when they left and went to Florida, and Paul was questioned by the authorities, he took them right to the pew-pew and the clothes that were worn at the time of the murder And they just so the clothes that were worn just so happened to be right across the street, neatly folded in front of the hotel that they were staying in. When they had just drove over the Ohio River and all this stuff. If she committed a crime, why didn't she chuck that shit out the window going down 95?
And be mindful, not the same description as Anthony previously has stated everything was.
That's
Black
what I said. He
vest,
said black vest, and then they found a camouflage vest,
and then he said silver pew pew, and they found
blue or something.
And they also found no
no DNA evidence
on her clothes.
And they
None.
didn't test the
No
other two
blood.
DNA samples on the pew pew, just hers.
of hers.
Which it was reported by her 2 months prior that her firearm was stolen.
And here again, I have. If you're going to report that you had a pew pew stolen, okay, like, oh shit, my thing's missing, let me report it. Are you going to be dumb enough to then go and commit this crime later after you know that you done reported that pew pew stolen?
Exactly. My whole point.
And point out that when the investigator Matt Spencer came and done the investigation on the burglary of her pew pew, it showed forced entry into her home.
Yes, and you remember Mom was talking about 18 items that were also stolen.
It just, you can't make this shit up. You really can't.
So you tell me the big picture here.
Again, I just can't see, you going and going to the police and reporting your pew pew has been stolen, and then however long or later you say, oh, well, let me go commit this murder and use the pew pew that I went to police and on record that I said was stolen.
And why?
Not gonna get me caught quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It was stolen. It was stolen and reported 2 months prior to these assassinations.
So she forgot that she had reported it stolen.
But also, key point here too, it was reported stolen at the same time of the robbery at the same location that people were unalived at.
See,
it was in the same month.
It wasn't there. It wasn't there. It was reported stolen from 3407 back road, Franklin.
Yeah, it was reported stolen at her house. But what my thing is it was reported stolen at the same time. I mean, the same month of this robbery.
I can't. Again, Ray Charles is blind as a bat, but that joker could see the shit coming a mile away.
Dora, are you willing to do a little recap? Mother of the Year says her head is spinning.
Okay, so Kara Garvin is the lady that was convicted of committing these crimes of unaliving 3 people, which is Jaylen's mother, father, and sister. Kara Garvin's mother was in here today, and she was speaking on some of the reports made, some of the things made, some of the stuff that had happened, and where her concerns lied, along with everybody else. If you want to go look at the dockets and things like that and kind of conclude your own opinion of things, it's www.freekaragarvin.com. And you can also watch the documentary, which is on several different channels, ID channel, YouTube TV, Prime, and again, what is the name of that channel? I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting it.
It's Reasonable Doubt. It's season 4, episode 8. I want to also say when Miss Audrey was in the box, Kara Garvin's mom, she was very sympathetic towards Anthony and the family for this incident.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to say, if you've not watched that episode and you do choose to go watch it, please watch it with an open mind and take everything that you see, hear, and watch in that with a grain of salt.
Yes. And pay attention to key points and pay attention.
And then go to the website. Watch and see what you hear in the video, and then go read the stuff on the website afterwards. And then come back.
And conclude your story, because I'm telling you right now that this story, it's season 4, episode 8, and it's called 2DYE4.
It's on Prime, Discovery Plus, Hulu. Am I missing one?
And we know somebody right up there in that box that's on that green screen has a love for money.
It's freecaregarvin.com.
Y'all don't be looking at me because it ain't me, suckers.
I just want to say she been real quiet. Like Kat got her tongue. Like
I'm sorry, it's me.
she ain't been over there sucking snot bubbles or nothing. Like she been real quiet. She done changed her name and like being mute. But again, I want to thank you, Jalen. Thank you for spreading your story and spinning your narrative on said story. Because without you putting your BS out there, none of us would be here. Thank you.
And Truth, did you say you were going to get with her to help set up a legal fund? That way people can donate directly for instead of donating to Jalen and all these other scammers on this freaking app, to donate towards legals of her hiring other detectives and things like that from other states to come in and reevaluate this, because this is messed up.
We discussed it, but I don't have all of my I don't have all of my brain cells, and I'm gonna be in touch with you, so you and I can be in touch with Miss Audrey.
I think it's so funny that you just said that because I know that you have tumor and you don't have all your brain cells. My daughter, she was 20 last year. She's 21 now. But at the age of 20, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. She had so many lesions in her brain, you couldn't even count how many she had. But like somebody picked up a handful of rocks and threw it at the brain scan images whenever she got an MRI. And so Hertz, we are like a sick and twisted. We have a twisted sense of humor. So like her excuse after getting diagnosed is like, I'll be like, Chloe, what you want to eat? I don't know. I got holes in my brain. Her excuse for everything is I got holes in my brain.
Yeah, I do have an active brain tumor, so
Oh no, I'm so sorry,
oh, no,
Truth.
it's fine. I appreciate it.
And it can be a lot when you're dealing with this kind of stuff. It's a lot to take into consideration. But listen, guys, my whole outlook on this woman is 72 years old. Think about your mother and that being your mama going through this situation, and all she wants is to be able to hug her daughter. And her daughter has been in prison now for 16 years with no evidence tying her to this case.
And the person who should be tied to it gets out in December next year.
Right. And it makes me sick to find
Also,
out.
I think
that her
it's
and her
horrible
other
that
daughter
she's being
have-
harassed.
Go
Sorry,
ahead,
Mama.
Go ahead.
She's being harassed by the guards. She's had thousands of dollars of art supplies stolen from her, and that's her outlet. That's her therapy. Somebody was on here earlier that was in there with her for 8 years. Says that she's the sweetest girl. Never seen her get mad. But the guards are harassing her. Her mom had to even contact the Senate.
Truth, somebody's asking for a box. Sensory Mama?
And it makes me sick to know that her and her other daughter's relationship has been strained because of this. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting, and the way they treated her and baited her.
No, there's 3 more boxes available.
And they used her kindness as her kindness was such she had such grace and such hospitality, and those people just walked all over her during this case. And the least we can do is come together as individuals who support the rights, and what's right's right and what's wrong is wrong. And this whole case, if you don't smell something's wrong with it,
no, you got to. If you can't smell it, you got to bid. You lost your sense of taste and smell.
People really want to recap. Do you want me to do it?
I think it might be recorded somewhere out there. So when we end, they might be able to find it there. I think recapping every 5 minutes is not going to be beneficial for anybody.
Yes, Carrie. It could happen to any of us. That's what's so scary. You can't tell me that they all thought that this was going to happen however many years ago. Look at where they are now. It's sad.
Yeah, the Innocence Project, she did say had already been contacted, and they did not help her.
Isn't there another like big lady lawyer on TV that's a different entity of a different Innocence Project thingy. I cannot think of her name right now.
She said she contacted the Innocence Project, or they contacted
Ashley
her.
Banfield.
But
and
they
she
need
said,
proof to even do anything. But I think, don't you think we've gathered enough proof?
Yeah.
yeah. Look
They
at
didn't
all
even
that
have the
evidence.
evidence to convict her to begin with.
Correct. And the Innocence Project said, they told her, the Innocence Project said that she needed new evidence in order for them to help her.
Well, let's come up with the new evidence. Dora, that's your new name, Dora MF Detective. And Truth, I sent you my personal phone numbers in a DM.
I got you, Mabel.
Now, when I'm on my Seroquel and I call you at midnight, you better answer.
Girl, when I'm on my Ambien and my medical Happy Chills.
Hey, I'm with you on
Me
the happy
too, Mabel.
pills.
That's when I do my most investigating.
That's that's when. But I do it because I have kind of had a little bit of cancer, and that's what.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna beat that shit too. I'm mean as hell.
You are too.
And I'm mean, and I'm not gonna do it. But I have to take chemo every night, and it makes me sick. So that's why I had to jump off and to get rid of that. It's
Well, if we
okay.
can do anything for you, let us know.
I'm so glad you're on this with us, Mabel. I really am.
Girl, my profile and all that. Some of it looks sweet. Most of it's mean as shit because I can't stand a damn stolen valor. Girl, I am. Ooh. And you know what? We got
right there with you on that one.
close. We've got teensy weensy bit closer until the FBI picks her up on that. That's why she's putting on only my stolen valor videos.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And why would I have a question too? Why would Jay Lynn suddenly change her name when all this is outed?
Because she took an endorsement for
And
Cedar
she took one of her old gifters' names.
No, she doing an endorsement for Cedarfield. She get a PR package tomorrow. Y'all just wait.
Lord.
Oh gosh.
Because that's all she does is sit there and put on snail slime and
Listen, I told Mama Linda last night if she changes her name next time to KY Jelly, I'm out. Bitches, I'm out.
Sorry.
Is that Kentucky Jelly that you put
KY Jelly? I am out. I am exiting stage left. Please, I'm done.
Mom, now you know she's got to crack that egg on her forehead and let it slide.
Girl.
This is how greasy it's got to be.
Girls, I cannot with Jay Lynn.
So, can I just have to say this. So, okay, my ex-husband is an addict, and I was on the run with him for quite a few years, unfortunately. And it's hell to live like that. I'm not gonna lie. I think it aged me 10 years when we were doing 3 years out in Florida, because he tried to unalive me a few times through TV. And thank you, Lord Jesus, that I'm still here on this earth, and so is my child. And that is in prison. I thank him every day. But so I have seen some shit because I lived down in Florida throughout all of this rug addiction of his. I'm telling you what, these police sound like this man that was unalived may have owed them money or other things. There's something shady going on in that area. I'm not going to lie to you, because I had a situation one time where we were in Newport Richey, of all places, in Florida, which is quite nice area. Yeah, quite nice area. One side of US 19 is not the good side, and apparently the gated area is not the good side. So if you're ever there, don't go in the gated area. Not a good area. Hotel wise, motel, whatever you want to call it.
My brother lives down in Daytona, so I've been there a lot.
Oh yeah, we lived in Daytona. We lived in Daytona too. But no, it just so happened we were in a shady motel where my ex-husband spent $5, and surprisingly, the dumb ass that he was got so messed up. He left his wallet with these people, and they were pounding on my door with me and my 1-year-old in the room, saying, "Where's my $5? Where's my $5?" I'm like, I didn't even know my ex was back in the hotel or motel room because we were out getting supper, and he had apparently passed out in the bathroom. Had no idea. And I called the police, and these police were yelling at me, "If you didn't buy rugs, we wouldn't have to be here." And they pretty much left me there with a bunch of rug dealers to hurt me and my son. Like, they literally pounded down my door, kicked in my door to this motel room. So there's some shady ass shit that goes on all over the place, and I don't think people really want to see that, but it's reality. And unfortunately, even normal people have to go through that, not just the people doing the rugs and the rug dealers and all that fun stuff. But it's like, it amazes me that why is there not anybody on the outside looking at this whole case and being like, why can we not fix this? Like, it's making me so frustrated. I want to just...
That's what's so messed up about so many places that have that good old boy system. This right here is a cut, dry scenario of the good old boy system.
I'm glad you guys know that I am here, but I'm eating dinner, so I'm on mute.
Okay.
Hey, I had a question. Could maybe one of us make like a little thing that says the free care Garvin, so we could put it as our like profile pictures?
Right, we should all do that. Right.
That's what that way anytime you go in a live, everybody sees it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'm still convinced that everybody in the scam family kind of community, we all need to send free care Garvin t-shirts to Miss Jalen so she has enough clothes while she's in prison. Allegedly. Sorry.
Sorry, Mama, I have a question.
Yes.
And it's regarding your name. Do you have a sensory kid?
Yes, my son has sensory processing disorder. Yes.
Mine does too. He has cerebral palsy, sensory processing. He's autistic. He's nonverbal, non-mobile, all that. But he stems and all the time. So I was wondering. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had the sensory mats and toothbrushes are your lifesavers for car rides.
Oh, my God. You're not kidding. You are not kidding. I had to get my child every kind of chew toy that he could possibly. This poor kid, even though his mouth was still malformed, that was part of his disability too. His jaws malformed, so his teeth look like they're kind of teeth, but they're not. He had every time he fell, it was always on his front teeth, and every time he hurt himself, it was always on his front teeth. So his little
Shit, guys.
poor kid.
I just went to Google and typed in free care Garvin and then images so I could pull up. What? Dora, get on Google and put free care Garvin.
Does her picture come up?
Go, look what comes up. Well, her picture's there. But look at all the shit.
I'm talking about the other girl. But yes, sensory mom, toothbrushes have been a lifesaver.
Dora, what did you do?
And they would go through one in 5 minutes.
Oh my God, my kid used to chew on everything. Oh God, he hated food. He had a food diversion. But he would chew on everything else. Thank you, Lord Jesus, that my kid finally, he's 14. When he turned about 13, he wanted to eat everything under the sun, other than fish
mine will
crackers.
eat, but due to his other disabilities, he burns more calories than he takes in.
Yep.
So he has to eat through the G tube. also, but he'll only eat chips or French fries or mashed potatoes.
Yep. Man, I'm telling you, that sensory thing,
But that
I never heard
texture,
about it. Yes.
does yours have the texture
Oh, he
issues?
hated everything made him gag. He couldn't. He
Yes.
ate baby food out of a jar until he was almost 4 years old because he would not eat anything else.
Even clothes and like blanket wise, if my son touches something like fuzzy, like one of those soft blankets, he would gag.
Oh yeah, my kid used to eat his clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Mine
hated
does. Mine
tags.
still
He hated
does.
tags. But he would chew holes in his clothes on a daily. That's why I was like, okay, we have to get necklaces, chew poppers for the pencils, like everything.
Yeah, mine still does. When he's in his wheelchair, he's got that thumb wrapped up in that shirt with that shirt in his mouth with that thumb.
Isn't that funny? Have you ever noticed that all of us people that really care about these true crime things and finding people innocent that are innocent, and then this, have you ever noticed that we all have children that have some, well, not all of us, but I mean a lot
Special
of us
needs.
have children with some form of, yeah. It's funny.
I guess it's because we have a big heart. I don't know.
Funny the other day. It must be. Yeah. It must be. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I'm gonna follow you back.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, if you ever need to talk, because I know it can get a handful. If you ever just need to vent, talk, or have adult conversation, I am here because I understand.
Girl, I totally get it. My son is 14 now, and he's doing really, really good, although I got in trouble with the law a couple months ago, so I'm done with that. But
well, that happens. Might be 13 in November. We actually just got home from Presbyterian. He was on life support. He had severe pneumonia. And the pediatrician told us he sounded good, and luckily we took him to the children's hospital that he's known where his doctors are, and within 5 minutes of being there, they had him intubated.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, girl.
So they're talking about a trach, which I've just put that in the back of my mind because I can't even.
You know what, Carl? It's a little bit scary, but there are so many trach moms on here. I'm telling you what, I have run into many trach moms on TikTok.
Well, I was like, if it will help him, because his muscle tone's so weak, he can't keep the mucus out of his lungs and stuff. I was like, if it will help his quality of life and things like that, then
exactly.
Okay.
Just make a smile on
I
his
didn't mean to
face.
change the subject. I just wanted to ask you because your name.
Nope. Totally get it. Hey, let's all make smiles on our kids' faces and make a difference in this world. That's all I want to do. That's my biggest goal.
That's why I want to get this mama her baby.
Exactly. Everything that I hear, like, everybody is showing receipts on this stuff. And I'm like, how are the, I have to go back and remember, these con artists, I'm telling you, my ex-husband is a good con artist. This man had me. Whew.
Yeah.
Let's just say that I got up to 355 pounds because he convinced me that all the junk food that he was buying would be better off in my stomach so that he didn't die of high triglycerides.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you're in a relationship like that, they brainwash you and it's like tunnel vision with these crimes, you know?
Oh my God. Exactly.
It's
I
the
lost
same type
contact
of
with my
tunnel
family.
vision.
Like I said, exactly. I moved away with it. I ran away with a man that tried to unalive me. And I mean, he was really close to unaliving me. He got charged with attempted. And I convinced the state of Michigan that I was fine and that I lied and I was okay, even though there was pictures of everything. When the police broke down the door, I was not with it. Like, they had all this evidence and he got off with DV1. And then I ran off to Florida for 3 years with him. Like, and then it took Florida police telling me, we're going to take your child if you don't leave this man because he just tried to unalive you again. It was that bad.
Yeah.
And that's when I
Beach
started
Mom,
to
I'm sorry to
reevaluate
hear
life.
that.
Girl, you know what? It was probably the best learning experience of my life. I became closer to my son. I got the help that I needed.
Probably one of the
It
scariest,
took a
though.
while to get away from him. I'm not gonna lie. It took a while. What's that?
I said probably one of the scariest.
It took me a while to get away from him. Yes, it was. But you know what? Me and my son are like thick as thieves. And he's a mama's boy. I'm not gonna lie. He's a mama's boy. I love that kid to death. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that ever came out of that relationship and made me get counseling that I never got before. So I was very glad for that. And we've been in counseling for 7 years before I finally was like, I don't have to take this bull crap anymore. I can make it on my own. And we've been doing it for 9 years without my ex-husband. Like, my kid has made me a better person. I'm not gonna lie.
So it's kind of the same issue with my son. His dad signed his rights over as soon as he was born because he was that type of person too. Trouble with the law constantly.
Gotcha.
Had been since he was 15. How I got mixed up with somebody like that. But
girl, you and me both.
I don't know.
I went
but
to college to get
I'm
my
thankful.
nursing. Like, right. Like, it takes
I was
all
told I couldn't have kids. I was with my high school sweetheart from 8th grade till I was 22.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go fast.
Hurry, Mabel, hurry.
Go to my page and look at the thing I just posted about Jalen. I found before I delete it. It's gonna be deleted.
Why is it gonna be deleted? Wait a minute. What?
You said to find out.
Shit.
Hold on.
Mabel, that's not fair because I can't go look at it online.
Anybody got a second phone?
Damn, play it. Somebody play it.
Oh. Okay, everybody get out of live for a minute and go take pictures or screen recordings of this.
I gotta delete it.
Oh, dang it.
Well, come back and tell me what you think.
Crap.
Whoa, what the actual?
Oh my God.
God, what am I missing? I don't know how to, I don't have a second phone. What am I missing?
You don't have to just slide it to click on her name and go to her videos. I did it once.
Holy
You don't have to just slide it to click on her name and go to her videos. I did it once.
Oh my God.
Just slide it to click on her name and go.
I gotta take it down soon. But
Oh my God, guys! I put that on Reddit.
That's where I got it from.
I'm the poster of it. Reddit's my page.
Screen record it so I can delete it.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost shit my
Screen
pants.
record it so I can delete it.
Holy crap.
That's insane. That's insane.
Okay,
That is nuts.
I am for sending Jalen this t-shirt all over again 400, 500 more times.
That's also been sent already to Miss Audrey, so she has it.
Oh my God.
Did I go delete it now so I don't get a...
And tell me why she tried to look dark-headed and mean there.
Right, what the...
That right there,
what
that's
the actual ass.
That's what 50 Shades of effed up right there.
Wow.
You want me to go delete it?
That's crazy.
This rabbit hole keeps going deeper and fucking deeper. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit.
I mean,
what did she
Mabel, hers
change her
didn't
name?
get violated, so yours shouldn't.
Okay.
I changed my name to some lotion too. I'm just saying.
Did you see that shit?
But again, if she changes her name next time to KY Jelly, I'm out, y'all.
I was just spit energy drink out my nose.
Mama, Becky, you got it going
what?
on, girl.
You said that right when I took a drink.
I said, what?
Okay. But if she goes to KY Jelly, I'm out.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
She said it. I just reposted it.
How is someone gonna do that?
Mabel, that's crazy.
I said, she must have got a different strand
They
that
have the
night.
Reddit
And
page.
she
I
was
have
feeling
no
real
idea.
spicy. Like she had some balls that night.
Oh, apparently. When did
Truth,
Cassie
about you? Do you have
post
the
that?
Reddit page?
The Reddit page is mine.
Okay, what's the name of it? I want to join it.
It's in my bio. Let me grab it for you. It's gonna be
Okay.
r/Jessie JESSY Lynn LYNN 39 Kara Garvin.
Okay.
How long ago
I'll
was that
join it.
video put up? Do you know, Truth, about you?
I think that one was made in 21.
Wow. Are you
I have to go back to the
serious?
account I got it from because that account's banned.
Wow. Man. She was feeling good that night. She was like, let me do this shit.
Apparently. Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Had that liquid courage telling on herself.
That wasn't liquid courage, girl. That was no courage.
Girl, I was
Well, you know.
that was more than liquid courage.
That was some of that courage.
Ass. That may have been some H courage right there. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of shit.
If that's not a confession, I don't know what is.
Right.
That don't look
And
so
if
hot, girl.
You know, I think she's so shaky all the time, not just because of the rugs, but because she has that on her conscience.
Some kind of anxiety. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So, okay, can someone help me think of the lady's name? There's a show. I think it's on ID. She's a dark-haired lady. She's an older kind of lady.
Is it Ashley Banfield?
No, that's a blonde lady, isn't it?
Yeah, I like Ashley Banfield.
There's a lady though that has gotten some real tough, like true crime people.
Nancy Grace?
No.
The one with the weird voice, Beth Karras.
Oh, is that? She's got like kind of a deeper voice. She kind of looks ragged but very poised.
She's got
Can somebody reach out to Robbie Harvey? He's the one in the Micah Miller case and working
So
with
I did. When I reached out to Eric, or when the PI, I sent it to Robbie Harvey too.
Good deal.
Because he does a YouTube channel.
What about Justin on TikTok? We need to get with Justin on TikTok too.
Hey, Truth. Somebody just reached out to me about something that I need to message to you privately because I don't want to put that name out there. We kind of need to delete that, look at like privately. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In case it could be harmful to the potential what we're trying to do. You know what
Is
I mean?
that the person that was in here earlier, babe?
No.
All right.
I'll message
Alright,
it
I'm
to
gonna
you.
send it to Justin, but I did send it to Robbie.
I know I'm not the only ID channel watcher here.
Girl, it plays on my TV all day.
We done spit out so many names. It's not Jodi Arias, is it?
No.
Hang on. I think I got ID channel on my phone on my tablet thing. Hold on. Hold please.
But there's this like rugged.
You're asking us to identify a creepy woman with dark hair. Okay, Jaylyn.
Jaylyn. I'll take Jaylyn for 500.
Remember everybody. Allegedly.
Allegedly, I'll take Jaylyn for 500.
You just allegedly described like 98% of the women on the ID channel.
No, I swear I cannot think of this name. It's driving me crazy.
Paulizanne.
No, they're all blondes.
I'm looking. Evil. Let's see. I'm on the ID channel. Hold
Me
up.
too.
Okay, she's got longer brunette hair. She's kind of rugged sounding, rugged looking.
Well, I can't put that in the search bar. It ain't going to help me.
Oh, I cannot think of her freaking. I watch this show all the time. She gets people.
What's the name of the show?
I wish I could remember. It's been too long since I've seen it because I haven't had my Hulu. Is it who?
Hey y'all, hold on a second. Truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
Justin on TikTok, I just talked to him. I told him to come up and grab a box so that we can explain it to him.
Crime Feed. Cameron Hall.
Body Moon. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Body Moon?
Him with
Not Marsha Clark, but she's right up there with Marsha Clark.
Anasiga Nicozzoli.
I said the whole what?
What do you mean? Who ate ravioli?
Like, what? Ooh, Marsha Clark would be a good one too because she's really good at that. I'm telling you, all us ladies need to start bombarding these like Project Innocent kind of people with email. I mean, bombarding 5, 10, 12 every day.
Sonny Hostin.
Hold on, let me check.
Alina Burrows. She's on
If she can
CSI.
check, why she don't find it, girl?
Right. God, dog. Got me talking about ravioli and shit.
I know. Knowing my big ass just ate Burger King.
Well, at least we ain't. Listen, we can all be like Mama Lena and hide our damn Debbie cakes under the mattress.
I was like, listen, I can't cook and hold this live at the same time.
Let's see. Jessica Chambers. Oh no, she was a murderer. Never mix that one.
I'm waiting for him. I don't see him. Ryan Ray, are you Supermod or no?
I believe so.
He should be coming.
Yeah, I can let him up.
Okay, good deal.
That being said, one of the individuals.
Lone Star Justice.
You watching my BFF Sam?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, let her know I can't be there because I'm live.
I will.
Zahu? Oh no, she was murdered too. My bad.
Olivia Benson?
Olivia Benson. Where'd she go? She ain't even on the screen and we up here searching.
I know, we're up here saying names and she's on pause. Maybe she heard us.
She gonna come back and be like, what'd y'all say?
No, she's going to come back and say, I found it. It was Olivia Benson.
Right. I mean, Jody Arias, like, I'm going down the list.
Find her name. Oh. She's on Hulu. I know that.
Well, you said ID. I'm scrolling the ID.
Okay, I watch ID on Hulu. Sorry.
Let's see.
She's like a big name lawyer, and I can't. Even if I heard her name, I can't remember it. And it's driving me crazy.
Oh, wait, was she the lawyer for Johnny Depp?
Aphrodite Jones.
What was the name of the show one more time?
That is one of the ones that I was thinking of. Aphrodite Jones. That's one of them. That's not the one, but that is one of them. She is very good.
We're getting warmer.
Oh, what's her name?
What was the name of the show one more time? Because I'm reaching out to someone.
She doesn't even remember. Oh, you talking about Reasonable Doubt?
Unreasonable Doubt.
It's Reasonable Doubt, season 4, episode 8. Damn, packing this book sack is no joke.
Mine don't start till like August, the last week in August, I think. I've got my last one going to be a junior.
Ours is the first week in August. My last one is going to sophomore.
Nice.
Got 2 out, and 1 more to go. He's a baby boy.
Thank God I only have one.
Well, if I'm trying to get him to go to school, he's careless. He wants to be on the farm, in the tractor, on a four-wheeler, in the boat, and he wants to be out.
Kathleen Zellner. Sorry.
Who?
That's it. Kathleen Zellner. Yes.
I ain't even see that broad anywhere on Imagine.
You scared the hell out of me. I was looking for Kathleen at my house.
Right? Like
I thought
she
you
in the
could see
cat.
her over here.
Get that hell out.
She's all over ID. She's all over ID. I'm not even kidding you. With the Innocence Project. Yes. She's gotten so many people. Like, there's so many stories with this lady. She's gotten some people off that have been in prison since like the 70s for crimes they
Let's
never
share laws to
committed.
her and give that broad a box
I
right
think
now.
we have a better shot of getting Joe Kendall on the case.
Right? I
He
love
talks
that
too
show.
slow.
Damn
We
it.
would never get through the whole thing because he talks too slow.
Wait, yes, sir. Are you saying that Kathleen Zeller's a blonde lady?
No, she's dark haired.
Oh, okay. Because somebody in the chat saying blonde lady. I was gonna say if I was over here looking for a dark-headed lady all this time and she blonde,
She's a dark haired lady.
And Joe Kenda says, and I said, well, you know what? I bet we're about to find out.
oh,
Damn.
That's going to definitely be proven. He talks so damn slow.
Can't do
mhm.
it. I can't do it. Linda Blair.
Book stack Pat.
Did you just say Lynn Blair?
Somebody had that in the comments.
Yeah, the Blair Witch Project. That's what we need.
Listen, we need the Exorcist or something like Doctor
I'll
Doolittle.
I'll pull with the Blair Witch Project because I used to live near that town, and my dad was the sheriff of that county.
Oh, wow.
And I went to investigate one time because I was nosy.
I bet you didn't go back.
Girl, my car came screeching up out of them hills. It's
Listen, I watched that movie one time, and that girl sitting there blowing them snot bubbles all up into the camera. I couldn't watch that shit. Girl, suck your nose. And I don't like when people sucking snot. It drives me crazy, sucking snot all the time. That big old snot bubble that girl drew in that camera, I'm out.
I love Joe Kenda. He's the
I was
absolute
like,
best.
I was like, Dad, what's the biggest problem you have? I can't think of the name of the actual town over there. Is it like crime or what? The fucking people come and steal the sign every week. They got to put a new sign that says "Welcome to." Forget what it's called, but yeah, I just went peeking one day with a friend, and we had just had a big storm, and I mean it's country like up where Jaylyn lives, and I turned the corner, and it's just one-way street, and here's this guy with this chainsaw up in the air, and I said, "Oh fuck no!" So I said, "Back," but he was just a tree had fallen, so he had his
See, you had that man paid to be out there doing some shady shit, and he was just trying to cut through them.
Well, now every time I see you, I'm going to say peek around and find out.
Right. That could have been another innocent man in prison for life right there.
I thought he was going to kill me. But then I noticed he was just cutting down a tree that had fallen from the storm. I'm like, dude, my dad's the sheriff here. You're okay.
This is what makes me so angry. My ex-husband, it took 13 DV charges to put him in prison finally. And I wasn't even married to the man anymore when I finally got him in prison. And
Homeless life? Oh, sorry.
This kind of stuff makes me so angry. I want to fight for these innocent people even more because my ex is a con man. He's a narcissistic piece of crap con man. If he knew about TikTok, he probably wouldn't one of these scammers on here. I'm not gonna lie. Ugh.
I just looked it up.
That man pisses me off. I'm from Michigan.
Ooh, girl.
I'm from Michigan.
Girl.
So
I don't know if he paid rent on that light pole he'd be sitting up under every night. Like, you pay booth rent?
Right. Shit. See, the only thing that stopped my ex this last time is that his mom passed away. So his money flow is gone.
Yes, Rachel, Burkittsville. And they would steal that damn sign every week after the movie came out.
It was the snot bubbles, girl. I'm telling you, that was a paid actor in that movie.
But then I remember as a teenager growing up, we used to go parking there, in Burkersville, and we went to this one spot every time, and people would get out of the car, and I had to pee so bad, and I said, "Nope, I ain't getting out to pee in them woods. Nope, nope, nope."
Wow.
That was a scary ass place. It felt scary before the movie came out.
But see, that movie was just so poorly done. Like legit, I couldn't take it serious. It was a joke. I saw the snot bubble and I was out. Is it really that scary?
They made the movie. A couple of college students made the movie for like $15,000, and they made millions on it. So
And you could tell, it was shot on like an iPhone 4 Plus.
Yep.
Like I couldn't take it serious. So is it really that scary though?
It scared the shit out of me.
The man with the chainsaw cut out a tree.
It did me too, because I grew up around a lot of corn. Damn it.
My friend that was in the car, I said, "You see that?" I said, "Let's just back up, pretend we weren't even here."
The closest thing I've ever came to the Blair Witch Project was when me and one of my friends, she's an older lady, we had to drive to Tennessee, and we had no radio in the car, so she talked the whole time. And she got out to pee on the side of the road now, okay? And I heard her talking to something, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is she doing? Because like maybe she got dementia or something. And it's nighttime, and I get out of the car to go walk around. She's trying to convince a baby fox to get in the car to go with us.
Oh my gosh. Well, now, I would have taken baby fox too.
Oh, that would have been me.
I'm not gonna lie, I am not innocent on that one either.
I'll take all the baby animals.
Mm-hmm.
My next door neighbor raised hogs, and he had a sow get loose and come have babies on my back porch. And I may or may not have stolen one of the babies.
It's the distribution project. You never know when it's going to come to your house.
I'm just saying, they ain't got no receipts on it, so if you ain't got no receipts, you can't for shit.
Oh my God.
But now we know, so that's doing something great.
I'm not gonna lie.
We know what you did now.
Nope. No face, no case.
You ever notice how all these things, these sleuthing sites and all this and that,
Because, I work for a hospital at home, and every keystroke is
recorded?
No, yeah. Yep. Everything is recorded.
Yep. I used to be in the medical field, just in home care, but there's a lot of stuff you find out.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said, and there was this one. Who I was in Homies. Was it Homies Live last night? Purple. What's the purple hair guy? The purple. He exposed him last night. Purple.
Who exposed him?
Homie. He was on Homies
Live.
Live,
See that
I
one.
think. And
I missed it last night. I was in Lena's live.
Somebody from his
There's so many rabbit holes have gone down. What other one is this one?
I thought the purple hair would have been Beth, but you said Di, so it's still might be Beth.
Right. Well, listen, it still could be Beth.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
It's Beth.
We can still be talking about Beth. That's my vote. That's my vote.
I'm so sorry. I had to on that one. To change subjects or anything, but does anyone else here follow the Lisa story?
Yeah, I just don't discuss her here because so many people cover her, and a lot of
Okay,
people
gotcha.
are just, donating to watch the train wreck, and I don't support that.
Not a problem. Enough
Yes,
said.
ma'am.
It just got a little scary today. That's why I was just wondering. I was going to be in here earlier, but I got caught up in another live, and I was like, oh shit. But enough said. End of that one. But this whole Jalen thing, I have never heard of her until I ran into I don't know how I ended up on Truth About You. I don't know how I ended up on here, but I did the other day, and that's how I started going down the Jalen rabbit hole. And then I seen the live about you showing that Reasonable Doubt show, and I'm like, wow. So I started watching and going on YouTube and watching it. I stayed up for 2 days. 2 days, 48 hours going down this rabbit hole. No, I don't sleep. I don't sleep good at night. I am like way ADHD. My brain wanders all over the
Okay,
place.
guys. So I got a quick thing before I lose it. So
Okay.
I have a link where we can go and share the story with Dateline.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
you make a video with the link in it, Dora.
Yes, so guys,
Right?
if we can write this story to Dateline, enough of us do it, I think it would capture the
Oh,
attention.
hell yes. Oh my God, we need to get this, we need to blow this shit up.
So I have it up on my computer screen. Hold on, let me see, because I've already sent off 4 messages to 4 different influencers on TikTok who do and Facebook who do crime.
Okay.
So Dateline, NBC News has a Dateline selection to where we can write in the story. Right here. You fill this out.
Oh, wow.
Do you think, Dora, that might trigger Miss Audrey if it's another television show reaching out to her?
I don't know. I think we need to talk to her about it before we fill this out, because I think that if we can get it though, Dateline, Keith Morrison's he's pretty fair about justice. And he's pretty fair in the justice system. There's so many that have been locked up that they share. And I think that, because it says, here, it says we fill it out. We put the name of the case, the location of the case, and to describe the case. And we can upload media. And then we can make a selection such as cold case, missing person, the last day, other.
And we can do it the same to Dr. Phil.
Yes.
Oh, I never
All right,
thought of that.
so-
Why did I never think of that?
I'll do Dr. Phil tomorrow.
After this live, if we can, Truth About You, sit down and draft a message from Miss Audrey herself that describes this case practically to a T in a professional manner. I think Dateline will grab this up, and then that will start capturing other media places.
And has this live been recorded?
Somebody had asked permission to record, and I said yeah.
I recorded up until the point that
Ruth can download her live.
that her mother left. I recorded all of that.
You should be able to download the whole thing.
Do y'all know how many gigabytes I'm going to have to buy for 4 hours of alive?
No, I recorded the main stuff.
Right. Thank you, Jalen.
And Dora, I have stuff wrote down, and I really don't know what to do with it now that I have it.
Now, here's what I'm going to do. When I went to Google and did Kara, I forgot her. I took my Ambien, so I can't think of it. Garvin.
Here, Garvin. Yep.
And I pushed images. People have already done the work. There's a nicely written box, and it says on the top, it says the the car and explains it in a nice box. Print it off and stick that up, and then right underneath that, everything you need to know about that one. And then there's another one about the hair dye. There's a picture of somebody at the Dollar General buying something. There's all kind of stuff, but I just haven't had time to go through each one.
You guys, I think if we can get Miss Audrey to agree upon Dateline, I really think that if Dateline snagged this up and enough of us wrote in about this story,
Oh my God.
Dateline would capture other FBI agents and people like that who will come in and help this lady.
What about 2020? Dateline and 2020.
Yes.
Dateline, I think, has a very good way of approaching stories without
Yes, they do.
showing like a favoritism to a side, if that makes sense.
Yes, and they don't just come in and say, I'm going to help you. and I'm
Right.
going to help cover this and not fall through with it.
Right. They more so
Right.
just give the information, tell the
Yes, that
story.
was the case. Before they
Right.
cover
Oh my gosh, I just had a. What about Netflix? They're always wanting to do these new documentary thingies.
But I think, honestly, you guys, enough of us in here could write into Dateline and give a caption of this story, and they will snag it up. And if they snag it up, Keith Morrison, it works directly with murder crimes.
Sure does.
Yes, he does.
So if we can capture that kind of attention, or we can capture the media of just Dateline and not all these other people,
Right.
we could absolutely possibly get onto something with having Keith Morrison work closely with other agents to reevaluate it.
I'm ready to blow this shit up. I don't know about all of you, but this poor woman, I feel
I'm
for
ready to
her
go.
because
I'm ready to go.
I can see both sides. I can see both sides of the story, and I'm sorry, but the one side is not adding up at all.
Florida girl,
And that is
I love to
her
see
side is
Jaylen's
not adding
face.
up.
Florida girl, tell Jalen hey, because she's probably watching from the window. She's at the back door
Right.
watching. Thank you, Jalen.
Thank you.
Sensory Mama, if you want to go down a whole rabbit hole, I've been doing this for over 4 years. Look up Beth Osborne.
Girl, don't even go
Girl,
there.
don't even get me started.
That's a fun
my
one.
main
I went down
person
that big rabbit hole already too. Don't even get me. I'm going to tell you all something. Okay.
I watch her and I feel like I
I
need to take a
am
shower.
not-
I can't.
Right. I'm not a beggar. I don't ask for help. I'm the one that's always wanting to help people because that's how my dad raised me. My dad raised me.
Don't do it
to
on
give the
here.
shirt off
Don't do
my
it on
back.
here. They're all scammers. Don't do it on here.
Nope. I don't.
Help your local
I don't.
organizations.
But I'm telling you what, I had my door kicked in a couple weeks ago by a person that I have known for over 20 years, and it happened in front of the police.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Beth Osborne was keep their door.
And I was without a front door. Like, I had my door prop shut with a shoe rack for 4 weeks. And all I did was, I was talking to a friend on TikTok in my DM, a friend that I have been friends with for my whole life. I was talking to her on TikTok about how I don't know how I'm going to get a door. It's like a lot of money, and I don't know how I'm going to come up with the money. And I got, until August 18, my DMs are cut off because they said I was scamming. I'm like, TikTok took away my DM access.
But you got Jalen and all that, and Beth and
Exactly.